It's time for high school baseball on KDAO. Tonight's game is brought to you by GNB Bank, Brothers Market in Grundy Center, D&B Agro Systems, Hardin County Savings Bank, Marshalltown Community College, Farm Bureau Insurance, Eldora Hy-Vee. Now, high school baseball on KDAO.
Welcome in here to 92.9 FM and RadioOnTheGoSports.com. Apologies, guys, about the late start time. We had some technical issues. As I initially at first thought I was with you guys here on the radio and online on YouTube. Remember, we're with Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube and here on the radio tonight on 92.9 FM. Apologies, as we're in the bottom of the first right now. We haven't missed too much, but it has been a high offensive game with a 2-1 lead currently for North Tama. BCLUW rallying back, though, after a 2-0 start, as BCLUW has runners on second and third. This is Nate Bishop currently up to bat, and with all the commotion kind of going on here, unfortunately I wasn't really able to see everything that really happened in the bottom of the first here. I do know that they do have a 1-run in, I believe, off of an RBI from the current runner on third, I believe of Maverick Grafke. I believe the RBI was there, and there's a wild pitch on the at-bat of Aiden Frank. Or, excuse me, the at-bat of Nate Bishop, as Aiden Frank, I believe, is grounded out. As wild pitch does score a run, so it is a 2-2 game here. And apologies, we're going to just kind of give me a second here to get everything situated. As, again, apologies about the late start time tonight. We thought we were with you live here initially, but we had to kind of make some changes and make some adjustments. But finally, we're up here on the air, bringing this baseball matchup to you. I know we had the big time change as well, so that may be a bit, could have been a bit confusing for you. But yes, it was a 5 o'clock start time, but we were just a little bit late getting some things situated here. But we're all up and good. Should be smooth sailing the rest of the way, so no worries there in that department, hopefully, as the matchup continues on. That will be ball 4 on a 4-1 count for Nate Bishop, so he'll walk over to first. As this is Damian Holiday. Holiday, the pitcher tonight. We'll get to some of the starting lineups after this first inning, as wasn't able to bring that to you, obviously, or bring much of anything to you yet here in this matchup tonight. So the pitcher tonight for North Tama is Maddox Roush. He delivers that one in. That'll be a ground ball. Has to be out from North Tama. That's going to be a big error, though. It will end up being kind of a base hit, but still kind of an infield error. And the runner over to third, and a bad throw over to third, trying to tag out the runner. As Holiday will be safe on first. He'll get himself an RBI. Looked like just a bit of a delayed decision in the infield for North Tama. I thought he was going to be able to throw over to second for the force out. Probably would have been able to get there in time, but decided to go to first. And with that kind of split decision, ended up overthrowing the first baseman. And runner safe, and a run will score for BCLUW. So a 3-2 lead after the 2-0 start. After the 2-0 start for North Tama, a 3-2 lead for the Comets here at Byron Rhodes Field. As again, potentially, if you're just now joining us, either here on 92.9 FM or Radio on the Go Sports, bottom of the first, 3-2 game now. Pitch goes a little bit wild off to the right. Nothing too much for the catcher of North Tama to handle, as Caven Morris, the catcher tonight. So we'll get to the starting lineups in batting order after this first inning. So we'll stay with you. We won't go to a commercial break. Going into the second, as we'll go over some of the recap. I do have the North Tama top of the first that I can recap to you, and all the at-bats and everything. So Maddox Roush back at the mound, 1-1 count. Trying to do some damage control keep that runner at bay on third and get out of this inning and get their offense back and going. It was a good first inning for North Tama. She had a base hit from Clayton Williams, an RBI from Bryce Dostal, and then an RBI single from Braden Stickles. Was able to give North Tama the 2-0 lead, but BCLUW a nice response here in the bottom of the first, taking the lead. That one was in the zone for strike two, make it a 2-2 count. That pitch will be outside to the right for ball three, make it a full count. Full count pitch, runners on first and third. Just the one out for North Tama to get out of this first inning. Had the initial windup, kind of broke out of it, thought about throwing back over to first, keeps the runner sliding back in and safe, holds on to the ball though. Now he'll deliver, that's a nice swing and the nice jumping catch by the shortstop of North Tama as he'll make the grab. Nice job from Caleb Morris as he'll record that out, and Riley Haywood will line out. So that'll go for 3 runs off of 3 hits, 1 infield error, and 2 left on for BCLUW. As we'll keep it right here. And again, a big thank you, or actually a first big thank you to our sponsors tonight for this matchup. As this match is sponsored tonight by GMB Bank, Brothers Market, D&B AgriSystems, Hardin County Savings Bank, Marshalltown Community College, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Eldora Hy-Vee Store. Some of the starting lineups, is again, apologies about the late start time tonight here on 92.9 FM, Radio on the Go Sports. Remember, we'll have some Colonesco baseball later on tonight at 7:15. But the starting lineups tonight for North Tama, as they're the visitors this evening, they come in with the leadoff hitter, the shortstop number 2 of Caleb Morris, center fielder number 8 Clayton Williams batting second, batting third is catching tonight number 13 and Kaven Morris. Over on first base is batting fourth number 1 Bryce Dostal, batting fifth is right fielder number 6 Braden Stickles, batting sixth is the pitcher number 5 of Maddox Roush, batting seventh is left fielder number 22 Griffin Hall, batting eighth is third baseman number 24 Caden Velasco, and batting ninth is the DH number 3 Hunter Dostal. Starting lineups for BCLUW tonight. Batting first is shortstop number 32, Ethan Petermeyer. Batting second is catching tonight number 11, Maverick Grafke. Batting third is the center fielder number 5, Will Feld Roush, I believe, as I may have misspelled that. We'll circle back to that. That might be Feldpausch, as that's batting fourth, third baseman number 20, Marshall Castor. Batting fifth is second baseman number 35, Aiden Frank. Batting sixth is first baseman number 31, Nate Bishop. Batting seventh is pitching tonight number 34, and Damian Holliday. And batting eighth, left fielder number 7, Briley Haywood. And batting ninth, right fielder number 2, Mason Lieb. So should all be settled in now. Top of the second. Leading off for North Tama as the at-bat is up to a full count here in the first at-bat. Griffin Hall, the left fielder. That's going to be... Or no, it's not. Okay, that's what I initially thought. The scoreboard wasn't reset initially, so that was the first pitch. Thought maybe I was just kind of deaf there for a second. But 1-0 count. First pitch went a little bit wild off to the left side, as this is Griffin Hall, the left fielder, number 22 for North Tama. Damian Holliday delivers. Bottom shelf will be a little bit low for ball 3, 3-0 count. Delivery as the batter showed bunt on that pitch of Griffin Hall. But it does go off and wild for ball 4. And that'll be a leadoff walk for North Tama and Griffin Hall. So I'll put a runner on first, no outs with Caden Velasco. Caden Velasco, the third baseman, number 24 for North Tama. That pitch is going to go wild on the first pitch. So that'll have the runner advance over to second. Creeped around, thought about third, but catcher on it as he'll come back safely. So Griffin Hall over on second base now with no outs. On a 1-0 count. 1-0 count. So it showed bunt. That'll go down to the pitcher. He'll scoop it up, throw over to first. Will be in time for the first out. Caden Velasco will ground out. That'll put the runner over on third. First pitch, heavy swing, goes for a swing and a miss for strike one.
Go, Hunter, bring him home.
Hunter Dostal, the DH. Kaylor Morris is on deck. He reached on an error in the first at-bat in the first inning. That pitch kind of got away from Damian that time, as that will be a balk. So it did look a little bit awkward, so a balk is the call, and that does advance all runners, no matter where they are at. So the runner on third will come home after the balk of Damian Holliday. So an 0-1 count with no one on base after the balk does score the run. Hunter Dostal still with his at-bat. 0-1 count. Ooh, a heavier swing and went off potentially the top shoulder of the catcher on an 0-2 count. 0-2 delivery from Holliday, and reached on that one a little high for strike three. And I believe that's Holliday's first strikeout of the night. So Dostal will strike out. It'll bring up number 2, Kaylor Morris, over at shortstop tonight. As I mentioned, reached on an error in his first at-bat. Was able to come home for the first run of North Tama. First pitch is going to show bunt. Kind of threw it out there. That was actually a nice laid-down bunt. Just got past the catcher. Nicely done there from Kaylor Morris. As he'll get on base with the bunt. So that will be a base hit for Kaylor Morris. It was a bit of an awkward bunt, I think, initially. That was kind of going outside to the left and kind of reached out with one hand of Morris. Able to lay it down very nicely, though. Kind of bumped it up in the air. Right past the pitcher of Holliday. Was eventually scooped up from the third baseman, kind of covering him. But no attempt to throw over to first, as he was there well in time. So a 1-0 count with 2 down, runner on first. Already 1 run here in this inning for North Tama, making it a 3-3 game. So high-scoring game so far here in this hot and humid day here in Beeman. 1-0 count. That was nicely struck down to left field. That'll drop very easily for a base hit. Runner's going to round second. He's going to head over to third, and the ball is thrown off the bag a little bit, and he will be sliding in well safe. And that'll give himself, Clayton Williams, probably just give him a double on that. Might have been called a fielder's choice potentially. Sometimes we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Remember, my stats are not the official stats that will be recorded kind of on the season books or on Bound or wherever you go. It's just for my personal use and articulating to you tonight. So if you disagree with a potential hit or error call, if you see it the other way, you can kind of just make a mental note of that. It's just my opinion on the stats tonight in that department, specifically on the hits and errors. So always just keep that in mind. If you don't agree, don't worry, it's not official. 1-0 count with 2 down. North Tama trying to take back the lead that they gained at the top of the first. Good bottom of the first, though, for BCLUW, getting themselves 3 runs, taking that lead right back. As North Tama is trying to kind of get into a boxing match here with the Comets tonight in this Iowa Star South rivalry matchup. 2-0 count. That will go for strike 1. Throw back over to the pitcher. been a bit of a tough exchange from time to time with the pitcher and catcher tonight. Remember the pitcher Maverick Grafke of BCLUW, the pitcher Damian Halliday. 2-1 count. Halliday delivers. It's a little bit lackadaisic from Damian Halliday. He's just not necessarily as comfortable as he initially was at the start of this matchup. Not a whole lot of power in some of these pitches. Halliday a little bit better pitch that time. Top shelf. Check the swing. And they're going to say it is too high for ball 4. But didn't go over the plate. It was the right call, if indeed it was a ball.
Number 1.
As Caven Morris will head over to first on the walk. This will bring up Bryce Dostal, the first baseman. He grounded out. Did get the RBI, though, in the last inning. As Braden Stickles will be on deck. Stickles had the RBI single in the first inning. So Bryce Dostal, number 1, first baseman, 4th in the batting order here for North Tama. Check the swing. Did find the zone, though, for strike 1. As Dostal laid off. Remember, there's 2 Dostals and 2 Morrises on this team. So don't get confused with Bryce Dostal, currently at bat. Hunter Dostal, 9th in the batting order, the DH tonight. Checks that swing again, a little bit less that time, making it for ball 2 on a 2-1 count. They have the 2 Morrises, Kaylor Morris, the leadoff hitter at shortstop, and then Caven Morris, the catcher, who had the previous at-bat, currently over on first after the walk. Heavier swing that time, reached a little bit low for it for strike 2, got a piece of it, went off foul ball. But bases are loaded for North Tama with 2 outs. Two and 2 count. Don't necessarily need to send everyone home, just trying to gain back the lead as North Tama, and reached a little bit inside for that one. A good at-bat for Dostal, but eventually does strike out as Halliday gets a much-needed strikeout and keeps the bases loaded and limits North Tama's good inning to only the 1 run, as it'll go for 1 run.
1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 3
off of the 2 hits, the bunt from Kaylor Morris and the double from Clayton Williams. No infield errors, I believe, and 3 left on with bases loaded. Top of the bottom of the second coming up for BCLUW. They'll go 9-1-2 in their batting order. They'll have Mason Lee with his first at-bat. Ethan Petermeyer and Maverick Grafke will have the guaranteed at-bats. As we'll take a short break, we'll be back after this here on Radio on the Go Sports YouTube and 92.9 FM.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Shop these summertime specials at Brothers Market in Grundy Center. Fire up the grill for mouthwatering Black Canyon top sirloin steak, $9.99 a pound, and Prairie Fresh pork steak, only $2.49 a pound. Best choice 6 to 8 ounce packages of shredded or block cheese are just $1.49 each. And for a healthy snack, whole seedless watermelon are $5.99 each. At Brothers Market in Grundy Center, where they proudly support the BCLUW Comets. Open Monday through Saturday 7 to 8 and Sunday 9 to 6. Prices good through Wednesday.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube. It's a tie ball game. It's 3-3 as we're going into the bottom of the second. And again, just kind of one final time, apologies about technical difficulties earlier this evening. Supposed to be on air with you around 5 o'clock. I know we had the big time change from 7 to 5, but just had a bit of a trouble kind of with our YouTube kind of getting up and streaming as we did initially, or at least I initially thought we were kind of up and going, and ended up kind of checking back on it. Turns out we weren't, so we just kind of got all that situated, and now we're up and going for you guys here on YouTube and here on 92.9 FM. So again, just a bit of apologies about that on the start of the matchup. As if you are just now joining us, it's a 3-3 game, BCLUW with a good first inning, the 3 runs. As I was kind of getting things situated, I didn't necessarily see all of the at-bats, specifically kind of 1 through 5 of the batting order, I did see the walk of Nate Bishop, had the RBI single of Damian Holliday. I believe Peter Meyer was able to come home on a run. Other than that, I actually didn't get the specifics on those at-bats of the other players. So again, apologies about that at the start of this matchup, but a 1-1 count, as this is Mason Lieb, ninth in the batting order, leading off here in the second inning. Two and one count. Pitcher tonight, Maddox Roush. Check that swing, but it is in the zone for strike two. Just leading off, no one on base, 2-2 count. Roush will get set. A little bit quicker delivery from Maddox Roush. That one's going to be too low past the bottom right corner for ball three. So make it a full count. Always leading off with a ninth hitter for any teams. It's actually usually a preferred start, especially if you can get that ninth batter. Potentially get on base. It brings up the top of your lineup. That time a swing and a miss. It's not to be for Mason Lieb as he will strike out.
Number 32.
So that'll bring up Ethan Petermeyer, the shortstop. Petermeyer, I believe, had a run. Did get on base one way or another. Don't know necessarily if it was a base hit or not. Again, apologies about that. So we were getting things situated for you. So I thought I was on air for the entirety of that top of the first, but then we were kind of getting things situated in the bottom of the first and eventually got up and on the air for you. So that pitch goes a little bit low and I think maybe hit the dirt for ball one as Petermeyer lets that one go. One-0 count. Delivery from Roush. That'll be off to the right and too high for ball two. Making a 2-0 count with one down after the leadoff strikeout. 2-0 count. Nice changeup that time from Roush for a swing and a miss for strike one on a 2-1 count. This wind's starting to try and roll through here from time to time here in Beeman. Much needed here on this windy day. Nice base hit. That'll get through just past the shortstop of North Tama. As that's Kaylor Morris trying to get to the ball, but just a little bit past as the pitcher, Maddox Roush, had to back out of the way as that was a ground ball right on the mound. So Ethan Petermeyer gets himself on base with a single. That'll bring up Maverick Grafke, the catcher. I believe Grafke found a way to get on base as well in that top of the first. We'll take that first pitch too low and off to the right for ball one. One-0 count. Grafke steps off for a quick second, now back into the box. Runner on first with the one out. Rouse will deliver, heavy swing off back and foul. Off the fence for strike one. Make it a 1-1 count. BCLUW with a hot start in this game. Had it kind of back against the wall, down 2-0 quick. Wasn't necessarily the most promising of starts, but then offensively they got things going relatively quickly, just got hot. Took the lead, now back at a tied position. Able to keep North Tama at bay with those bases loaded in the second inning. So still in a good spot for BCLUW, just the one out, runner on first. At the back of the top of the order, so a good offensive kind of flurry is potentially in the works for the Comets. It's wheeled. Feldpaus is waiting on deck for the Comets. 1-2 count. Rouse will deliver a nice changeup, and ooh, that was near the top shelf. But what it was called, sorry, it was called for strike two. It was a 2-1 count. So it did find the zone for strike two. Two and two delivery. This one will be put into play. Just a simple ground ball to the pitcher of Roush. He threw it high off the bag. He's able to catch the ball, though, and back down in time, as it will be an out. That was kind of just a mental error there from Maddox Roush. It was a simple throw over to first, but threw it a little bit too high. Thankfully, the first baseman able to reach high enough of Bryce Dostal, and he'll get his foot down for the first out. So Grafke will ground out right to the pitcher. This will bring up old Will Feldpausch. First pitch is in the zone as Will is kind of looking for strike one. Runner on second now, forgot to mention that after the ground ball out of Maverick Grafke. No attempt for the double play. So runner advanced over to second in scoring position. Count at 1-1. Roush will deliver. That'll be way too low for ball two. Two and one count. Roush looking back over on second. He'll lay off. This will be a ground ball, but off foul to the Comets dugout. If you're listening here on the radio, Comets dressed in their kind of gray uniforms with a little bit of black sleeves, got a yellow stripe going all the way around on the bottom of those sleeves, and have the black pinstripes going up vertically. So gray tops and gray bottoms for the Comets tonight. This one will be struck into left field. That will carry quite a bit. That should be going off the fence, and it will. That'll drop for at least a stand-up double, and he'll be comfortable over on second, and that'll be a RBI double for BCLUW. And a Will Feldpausch as he will get himself on the board with an RBI and will take the lead for the Comets. I believe it's Feldpausch, actually. I may have been mispronouncing that throughout the night. Feldpausch for the Comets. So Will Feldpausch gets himself an RBI double, and BCLUW will take back the lead again. So each section and top and bottom of the inning has been a lead change, with North Tama off to the 2-0 lead. BCLUW taking the 3-2 lead in the bottom of the first, and North Tama tying it up. Back to 3 apiece at the top of the second, and now the Comets back with the lead at 4-3. This one will be a base hit and scooped up a little bit from the second baseman, or shortstop actually, of North Tama. He'll be able to get on it. Throw over to first will be not in time for Kaylor Morris, and that will be a base hit for Marshall Caster, excuse me. And so get himself a base hit. So again, this top of the order for the Comets is starting to get on a little bit of a hot streak. This puts runners on first and third. This will bring up Aiden Frank, the second baseman. That delivery is going to be called too low for ball one as Frank let that one go. So Aiden Frank has runners on first and third, 2 outs. BCLUW back with the lead, making it 4-3. 1-0 count. Again, it's off to the right side for ball two. 2-0 count. Favorable at bat here for Aiden Frank. BCLUW's had a great start offensively to this game. First and second inning combining for 4 runs. I did hear over the PA in that first inning, they did get 3 hits in that first inning, so they're up to at least 6 hits on the night so far within 2 innings, which is excellent numbers no matter who you are, really at any level. That's in the zone that time on a 3-0 count. Make it 3-1 for Maddox Roush, just trying to find the last out, keep this just a 1-run lead for the Comets and get into that third inning. It's maybe an offensive kind of shootout type of game here in this hot and humid weather here in Beeman. That pitch did find the zone again. Full count pitch, full delivery. That'll be a swing and off, just off the bat, keeping the AB for Aiden Frank as it went back behind home plate for foul ball. Just got a piece of it, and I think some time's being called here a little bit. No time. Just a quick conversation with one of the coaches of BCLUW with Aiden Frank. Just a quick signal shout out. Sometimes that may be a bunt or if he's going to let that go, and he will. So that's going to be a steal over for home. That was the call, and the ball's going to come out of the glove and almost tagged him in time. If that would have stayed into the glove, and runners are going to advance all over the place, and a run stolen home, as that is Will Philposh, excuse me. For some reason, the way I wrote it makes me want to say that.
Number 31, Nate Bishop.
So will come home after a steal home. And this will have runners advance. So runners on second and third. This will be Nate Bishop. And that was ball 4. So Frank headed over to first, but with the ball put back in play, trying to tag out the runner, Frank was able to advance over to second as well. So runners on second and third. Bishop lets that one go. Too low for ball 2. So this is a 5-3 game. BCLUW on top. Great position as well for the Comets in scoring position on runners on second and third. North Tama not necessarily fighting for anything. Obviously the brackets have kind of already been revealed, and conference title-wise, they're kind of stuck in third place. So that's going to be a wild pitch, and the runner is going to stay put. So he's not going to go. You got to remember, every kind of diamond is a little bit different as far as how far back that back fence is. That's ultra important for some of these wild pitches. Also depends on kind of how it's built and the structure, on whether it tends to take a bounce or not. Sometimes it tends to kind of stay dead at the end of the fence, and that can be a lot more willing for the runner to come home over on third on a wild pitch, as that will be thrown for ball 4, so that will load the bases up. So back-to-back walks for BCLUW. Damian Holiday will have his second at-bat. He had an RBI single in his first at-bat tonight. It is the pitcher of Holiday. Do have a brief timeout here on the field as some time is called for North Tama. Going to have a brief infield meeting with the head coach and the pitcher of Roush, as may see a potential pitching change. And I think we are going to be seeing that. And I believe we are. So I believe this is going to be number 1 of Bryce Dostal. So Bryce Dostal will be getting the pitcher's mound here in the bottom of the second.
For the Red Hawks, now pitching, number 1, Bryce Dostal.
So Dostal will get warmed up. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll finish the bottom of this second inning here in Beeman. After this, here on Radio On The Go Sports, on YouTube, and at 92.9 FM.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit. Mascots are full of school spirit, and they're helping us give back to local schools. With every HCSB debit card swipe, you're helping fund school events and activities. Register today for HCSB Cash for schools programs and join us in making a difference. At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit.
Welcome back here to 92.9 FM and Radio On The Go Sports on YouTube. Still at the bottom of the second inning. Just the one out to go for North Tama to kind of keep BCW at bay a little bit. It's a 5-3 lead here for the Comets. We do have a pitching change. It was Maddox Roush starting this game. It is now Bryce Dostal coming in for the at-bat of Damian Holiday. So Dostal delivers. He is a left-handed pitcher as well. We'll get to some of his stats as the game goes along today. Remember, North Tama coming in at 8-9 overall, just the 2 wins on the year for BCLUW. So Comets performing pretty well here tonight against the favorites coming in of the Red Hawks. 2-0 count. Dolstall, the new pitcher. That one's in the zone for strike one. Bryce Dolstall, this would be his 9th total game play. That is the most on anybody on the team as far as pitching goes. Batting average against at .277. ERA of 6.36. That one was outside for ball 3. This one will be make contact. It's off foul territory near the North Tama dugout, and as that'll drop for strike 2. Make it a full count. Bases are up and loaded for BCLUW, and this is Damian Holliday, the pitcher, number 34. He's trying to improve upon this lead. A great spot still for BCLUW. They don't want to stay satisfied to know that's going to catch the runner go. And, yeah, runners are just going to have to all go. Throw over to home is going to be well in time, and that's going to tag out the runner. And that's a big mistake from base runner of Nate Bishop as he was caught off the bag as a throwback over to first. Was able to catch kind of every runner as the bases were loaded. So good decision there from Bryce Dostal. So Damian Holliday will get another at-bat as this at-bat will essentially kind of be voided as we move to the third inning. But a good overall ending, just kind of a little bit of an unsatisfying ending to that as this will go down for 3 hits off of 2 runs, no errors, and 3 left on with the bases loaded. Top of the third coming up for North Tama as they've had a pretty good game offensively so far, too. They've been able to get the 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second. It's 3 runs in 2 innings is not going to be bad by any team standards. As Braden Stickles, Maddox Roush, and Griffin Hall, they'll have some guaranteed at-bats. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Back here in Beeman for the top of the third inning. It is still Holliday at the mound. Damian Holliday for BCLUW. Remember, we did have the pitching change for North Tama as Dostal came in. Bryce Dostal, now the starting pitcher, or now the current pitcher for North Tama.
Leading off, number 6, Braden Stickles.
As this would be Braden Stickles leading off. The right fielder, he had an RBI single in his first at-bat tonight. So he'll lead off here in the third inning. It's been a high-scoring game, 5-3. BCLUW on top, 3 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. North Tama, 2 runs in the first, 1 run in the second. Takes that first pitch, had to lean back a little bit to maybe avoid being hit. Probably would have been okay, but goes for ball 1. One 0 count, just leading off here in the top of the third. Holliday delivers, going to be too low for ball 2. It is a hot and humid day here in Beeman, as it is for most of central Iowa, and I'm sure across the Midwest as we have a heat wave rolling through. Just in time for the 4th of July, obviously. That one's in the zone for strike 1. Make sure you keep, taking care of yourselves out there all throughout the week. If you're not out to any baseball tonight, tuning into this matchup here online or here on the radio, make sure if you're heading out to any baseball to be bringing plenty of fluids, trying to wear some sunscreen, obviously. If you can find some shade, preferably, that would greatly help, or make sure to be taking some breaks in between some of the innings, or if you're just kind of out and about for any reason throughout this nice day, and hope sometimes the clouds roll over, as it is right now here in Beeman. Hope for some winds at times as well. It's been a bit of a windy day here in central Iowa. Takes that
Number 5, Maddox Roush.
3-1 count for ball 4 as Braden Stickles will walk over to first. So leadoff walk will bring up Maddox Roush, the starting pitcher tonight. So he's moved into the infield. I believe he may be over on second base now. Sometimes it's hard to catch everybody that moves around in the infield and who's who after a pitching change. So 1-0 count with the runner on first after the leadoff walk. That one's in the zone. Lays off that pitch for strike one. Remember, we have some Colonesco baseball coming up later on tonight here on Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube, exclusively on YouTube for Radio on the Go. So this will be our lone matchup on the radio tonight here on 92.9 FM. 1-2 count. That will be in the zone. Got caught looking for strike three. Nice delivery there from Damian Holiday.
Number 22.
As he'll get his third strikeout of the night. This will bring up Griffin Hall, the left fielder. Hall walked in his first at-bat. He'll have his second AB tonight. Runner over on first with the one out. Holiday delivers. It's going to be outside to the left. Has a good cover there from the catcher of Maverick Grafke. Remember, an infield kind of recap defensively. Over at first base is Nate Bishop. Second base, Aiden Frank. Over at shortstop, Ethan Petermeyer. And third base is Marshall Castor. Runner's going to go from first to second. Throw back over to second. That may be close in time. That's going to be in time, and we'll tag out the runner. Stealing over to second. Great infield defense from BCLUW. And Maverick Grafke thrown over to his second baseman of Aiden Frank and making the tag, and very well executed on the steal attempt. So runner is going to be caught, and that will bring up 2 outs after the initial leadoff walk and the strikeout. That one's in the zone, bottom shelf for strike one. So a 2-1 count. And that's going to go off the right shoulder of North Tama's Griffin Hall, and he's going to walk over to first base, as that will be a hit by the pitch. So accidental hit by pitch there, as Griffin Hall will be over on first base. This will bring up Caden Velasco, the third baseman. He grounded out in his first at-bat. He'll get his second chance tonight. Has the runner on first with 2 down. First pitch, that will be popped up a little bit. Oh, almost diving catch made there from the catcher of Maverick Grafke. Almost got there in time. He's had a good showing so far after he threw out the runner. Going from first to second, and a great arm, tagging up in time. Or tagging the runner out in time, I should say. 0-1 count after that foul ball. Be a changeup kind of curveball there, as Holiday kind of has those off-speed pitches. It's a little bit easier to read. He kind of lays back a little bit as he delivers with those pitches. This time a fastball up the middle. This would get popped up into the air. First baseman, now pitcher under it of Holiday, and he'll make the grab for the third out. So an infield fly out for Caden Velasco. Ends the top of the third. Goes for no runs off of no hits. Just had the 2 walks and no errors, and 1 left on.
Runs and no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base.
Bottom of the third, we'll go with Damian Holiday, Briley Haywood, and Mason Lee. They'll have their guaranteed at-bats for BCLUW. We'll take a short break. Back after this here on Radio on the Go Sports and at KDAO.com, 92.9 FM.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. And no one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. And you'll get customized coverage in one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it most. Contact Farm Bureau agent Kyle Blom or sales associate Justin Teesing in Rhinebeck and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
From their meat counter to the produce section to the bakery, your Eldora Hy-Vee store offers you the best selection of high-quality grocery items. You'll find everything you need for your family, and you'll save money too. Check out the Eldora Hy-Vee store's weekly specials and fuel saver items that save you money not only at the checkout counter, but at the gas pump as well. And if you're hungry, well, there's always something good cooking in the deli at your Eldora Hy-Vee store, where there's large town variety and small town friendliness.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Shop these summertime specials at Brothers Market in Grundy Center. Fire up the grill for mouthwatering Black Canyon top sirloin steak, $9.99 a pound, and Prairie Fresh pork steak, only $2.49 a pound. Best choice 6 to 8 ounce packages of shredded or block cheese are just $1.49 each. And for a healthy snack, whole seedless watermelon are $5.99 each. At Brothers Market in Grundy Center, where they proudly support the BCLUW Comets. Open Monday through Saturday 7 to 8 and Sunday 9 to 6. Prices good through Wednesday.
Bottom of the third inning, leading off with Damian Holiday. He'll be able to walk over to first base on a 4-1 count.
Now batting number 7, Brian
And a
Haywood.
pinch hitter is coming in for BCLUW. As soon as we get the number for you, we'll relay that name for you, as we have a pinch runner for the walk of the pitcher tonight of Damian Holiday. It's not uncommon, obviously, for the pitcher to be relieved of any base running duties. So runner over on first. First pitch did find that bottom left corner for strike one. This is Briley Haywood. The left fielder, the outfield defense is Briley Haywood, Mason Lieb over in right field, and then the center fielder of Will Feldposh. Oh, 2. Delivery's going to be outside and high for ball 1. So Riley Haywood, number 7 for the Comets. Remember, the Comets coming in with just the 2 wins on the year. So big game here in the regular season. Try and get a W. This one will be a ground ball to the third baseman, scooped up and throw over to first in time.
Number 2, Mason
As
Lieb.
Haywood will ground out. This is Mason Lieb up to bat next, 9th in the batting order. The right fielder, as I mentioned previously, does advance the base runner, so runner over on second with just the 1 out. BCLUW already a great start to this matchup. 3 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second inning. Total of 6 total hits in this game so far already. Nice pitch that time, top shelf for strike 1. That pitch is going to go wild, and the base runner is going to go from second, and he'll be standing up and safe over on third. One and 1 count with 1 down, runner on third. After the wild pitch, it's going to be in a great spot now for BCLUW. That's going to be a ground ball. Runner's going to tag up over to third. It's going to be a bit of an infield error, and now the runner is going to think about going home, but now stays tagged up. Probably a safe bet if the third baseman would have saw the run go home. Would have been an easier throw
32,
over to the catcher. Might
Kiermaier.
not have been more of a guaranteed out, but definitely would have kept that run from scoring. But the run stays at bay, even with the infield error, as the reach on first for Mason Lieb. This will bring up Ethan Petermeyer back to the top of the order for the Comets. This will be his 3rd at-bat in just 3 innings. Oh, 1 delivery. Nice cover there from the catchers. It went low near the dirt for ball 1. That pitch just a tad high for ball 2. Remember, this is Bryce Dostal at the pitcher mound. Very experienced pitcher for North Tama. Dostal delivers. That's going to be a line drive into left field. That'll take the bounce, and the run will go home. A bit of a tumble there in left field, but it seems to be okay. Just kind of lost his footing on the throw back, as that'll be a base hit for Petermeyer, his 2nd base hit of the night. And he will get himself an RBI.
Maverick Grafke.
So an RBI single for Petermeyer. Will make the score 6-3. BCLUW on top. And this game has really gone right for the Comets so far, and they're trying to continue that as Grafke reaches on that pitch. So it went a little bit low for strike one. But Maverick Grafke, the catcher, he's had a good night in the catcher's mound, or catcher's spot tonight. On an 0-1 count. Pitch too high off to the right for ball one. One-on-one delivery for Dostal off the bat into foul territory. Went over the fence for a 1-2 count for strike two. Dostal set, he'll deliver, ground ball and off and foul. Back behind that third base line. One and two delivery. That pitch is going to go back behind the catcher, and another wild pitch for North Tama. Advances the runners, so casually makes their way over to second and third with no challenge from the infield. Wild pitch makes it a 2-2 count. Two and two delivery. Oh, and that goes off the knee of Maverick Grafke. So you can kind of hear it hit that bone, too. Not much cushion on that hit. And I think just kind of a light apology there from Bryce Dostal. Obviously unintentional, but does put Grafke over on first. So hit by the pitch.
Number 5, Will Topaz.
That will load up the bases for the Comets. This will bring up Wheeled Feldposh. He's got a RBI double on the night, third in the order, excuse me. So an really opportune spot for the Comets to really put on their lead with bases loaded. Just the one out as well, so sacrifice well in play for Will. Feldposh, the center fielder for BCLUW. They put him third. Usually you put kind of your heavy hitters, your multiple base hitters in that third and fourth spot, 3 through 5. Usually is kind of the prime spots in the order to gain some RBIs, get some multiple base hits. That does find the zone that time as Feldposh lays off for strike one. Two and one count. Took a swing of that one off and foul ball. Back behind the fence for a 2-2 count. North Tama just trying to keep themselves in this game. Had an initially good start. Struggled defensively here in the pitching department and in the fielding departments. Had a couple of errors. Maybe just, yeah, actually they had the one error in this inning as well. So a couple of infield errors, some wild pitches. BCLUW's just hit the ball pretty well tonight. That's going to be a wild pitch. It's going to go off to the left, though, and right on the third base line, or near it anyway. So no attempt to come home for the base runners of BCLUW. Makes it a full count. A lot of pressure here on Dostal. This will be a base hit. That'll get through. That'll score at least one run. They're going to send the runner home from second. He'll round third. No attempt to go home, and it will be a 2 RBI single for BCLUW's Will Feldposh. And his night just continues to really grow
Number 20,
as he's got himself an RBI double and now a 2 RBI single. And BCLUW gains a 5-run lead here, making it 8-3 here in the bottom of the third. Still just the one out. Runners on first and second. checked the swing, did get a piece of it though. Marshall Castor scooped up from the pitcher, threw a little bit off the bag, but the first baseman gets resettled, puts his foot on the bag for the second out.
Number 35.
Quick at bat for
Aiden
Marshall
Frank.
Castor. So Castor kind of checked that swing. Didn't think he initially meant to make contact. Ended up going a little bit too far out, just kind of a light ground ball to Bryce Dostal, the pitcher, and a throw over to first in time. But puts runners on second and third with now 2 outs. It's off to the right for ball 1. So a 1-0 count with 2 down. Dostal, the left-handed pitcher, trying to do some damage control here. This one is going to be struck an off-foul ball over the fence and into the weeds. Whatever you want to call that. And I think the kid's going to think twice about going in there, but he seems brave.
Go, Bryce. Go get up.
Well, at least make an attempt. 1-1 count. That one will be a ground ball and a nice grab there from the pitcher of Dostal. He'll snag it. Easy throw over to first for the third out, as Aiden Frank will ground out. But a good inning for BCLUW. Gets themselves 3 more runs off of 2 hits. 1 runs, and it's going to be 2 left on. But had that infield error from North Tama. It was costly, but the RBI single and the 2 RBI single from Will Feldpausch and Ethan Petermeyer with just the RBI single, but a good performance all game long. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and now 3 in the third, making this an 8-3 lead for the Comets. Top of the 4th coming up with Hunter Dostal to lead off. Then you'll have Kaylor Morris and Clayton Williams for their guaranteed at-bats. Short break back after this here on Radio on the Go Sports and 92.9 FM.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit. Mascots are full of school spirit, and they're helping us give back to local schools. With every HCSB debit card swipe, you're helping fund school events and activities. Register today for HCSB Cash for schools programs and join us in making a difference. At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Back here on 92.9 FM, as that's going to go down the third baseline, and a single is going to be recorded for Hunter Dostal. Is a good at count, a good at bat, excuse me, for Dostal. Down the third baseline, third baseman made just a quick attempt, but too fast to react to it. So a leadoff single for North Tama. This is going to be a wild pitch on the first pitch. Mistake there from BCLUW. That will send the runner from first to second. So top of the 4th inning here. It's an 8-3 lead for BCLUW. It's been a high-scoring affair. Only the top of the 3rd for North Tama is the only top or bottom of the inning with no scoring. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second for North Tama. No runs in the 3rd. So they'll look to change that up here in the 4th inning. Bunt was initially showed, and another wild pitch goes off too high. It goes past the glove of catcher Maverick Grafke. So very quickly, North Tama puts a runner in scoring position over on third. Damian Holliday still the pitcher for the Comets as he started off tonight. Holliday, that's in the zone for strike one as Kaylor Morris laid off. Morris did lay down the bunt in his last at-bat. That was recorded as a base hit. He's going to do it again, very similar, kind of reach that bat out, able to knock it down. And the throw for the first baseman is off the bag, so it is going to be safe. So an RBI will score for Kaylor Morris. But he will reach to first on an error. That's a lot to write down in one little small thing. I only have myself to blame for printing it out so small, but either way. Reach on error, but it was an RBI bunt as it threw the runner off the bag. As first pitch off in foul territory, this is Clayton Williams, number 8 center fielder. Williams has had a great night tonight. Base hit and a double. 2 for 2 so far. Could be on pace for a potential cycle. Not trying to jinx him or anything, but as a single, double. Most likely will at least get 4 at-bats tonight, the way this game's going. Pretty much guaranteed anyway. Might even get himself 5 ABs. This night continues the way it has for both squads. Runner over on first with no outs. 0-2 count. Check the swing that time. That is just going to be a bit low for ball 1. Holliday will take his time on the mound. Does have a little bit of a longer kind of routine at the pitching mound. Takes a little bit longer than maybe most. Count is up to a 2-2. North Tama already with the 1 run here in the 4th. Throw back over to first and casually makes his way back over and safe. That's Kaylor Morris over on first after his successful bunt. Getting himself an RBI. Did reach on an error, but either way, the RBI still credited to him. As this is an 8-4 game. BCLUW still on top. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be too high for ball 3. Good eye from Clayton Williams. Makes it a full count. Williams 2 for 2 already tonight with a single and double. Has the runner on first, no outs, so not a whole lot of pressure here for the Red Hawks. Still need to chip away at this lead. Still a lot of time left. Williams is going to punch this one down. That's going to drop in between left field and center field. He'll make it over to second. They're going to send the run home. He might try. No, he'll stay on second, and that's the wise decision. So an RBI double for Clayton Williams. His night really continues on. So an RBI double for Clayton Williams. He's 3 for 3 tonight with a single, double, and an RBI double. As that will score the run for North Tama. Slowly chipping away at this lead as this has really just been kind of an offensive showcase tonight. Remember, we started at 5 o'clock. It's almost 6:30. We're still only in the top of the 4th here in Beeman. Got a brief meeting in between coach and the pitcher of Holiday at the mound. I do not believe we're getting a pitching change. Usually you see a lot more guys at the mound for a pitching change. And nope, it looks like we will actually. So just a brief conversation. Sometimes when you see that, maybe the coach isn't necessarily 100% in a vote of confidence whether he wants to make the change or not. So just wants to have a conversation with the current pitcher, see what he's feeling, whether he wants to stay out there, if they think they need a change. So after a brief discussion, they decide to send Holiday back to the dugout. We do have a pitching change. We'll get the number for you real quick, as this will be number 35.
For the Comets, now pitching, number 35, Aiden Frank.
That is Aiden Frank, yes. The second baseman now making his way over to the mound. So Aiden Frank will take over the responsibilities at the pitcher's mound. We'll take a short break. We'll let Frank get warmed up, and we'll be back here for the rest of the 4th inning and the rest of this matchup back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio On The Go Sports on YouTube.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. And no one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. And you'll get customized coverage in one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it most. Contact Farm Bureau agent Kyle Blom or sales associate Justin Teesing in Rhinebeck and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
From their meat counter to the produce section to the bakery, your Eldora Hy-Vee store offers you the best selection of high-quality grocery items. You'll find everything you need for your family, and you'll save money too. Check out the Eldora Hy-Vee store's weekly specials and fuel saver items that save you money not only at the checkout counter, but at the gas pump as well. And if you're hungry, well, there's always something good cooking in the deli at your Eldora Hy-Vee store, where there's large town variety and small town friendliness.
Number 20, Marshall Castor. Now playing right field, number 34, Damian Holiday. Now playing left field, number 2, Mason Lee.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube. It's a pitching change for BCLUW. It is Aiden Frank now at the mound for the Comets. As Aiden Frank comes in for Damian Holiday, as his night is now done at the pitcher's mound. It's been a high-scoring affair here in Beeman. It's been it's a lead for BCLUW, but North Tama shows no signs of slowing down offensively. As this inning been no different, 2 runs. This one is going to be a bunt laid down, scooped up from the new pitcher. That's going to be, oh, that's a wild throw. That's going to be an infield error. So Caven Morris puts it into play. He's going to reach over to first off an error. He'll get himself an RBI as well with the infield error.
Number 1, Bryce Dostal.
So another run scored for North Tama. That chops just to a 2-run lead for BCLUW, making it 8-6. Still no outs for North Tama as well. So runner on first, no outs with Bryce Dostal up to bat next. Dostal now the current pitcher. Oh, no, there's no way. Sorry, I'm just having a moment here because in case you potentially were paying attention to the World Cup, here's a throw over to first off the bag, but he's back in time, as I was not expecting to look at my phone and see the result I just saw. Some of you may not potentially care about the World Cup, but this is one of the bigger upsets that you're going to see in the World Cup, as that is a ground out for Bryce Dostal. This will be Brain Stickles, but Germany and Paraguay did go to PK shootout on a 1-1 tie, and Paraguay has upset one of the top teams, one of the maybe heavy favorites in this tournament of Germany, and Paraguay is off to the round of 16. Just a quick kind of update for you on that. As remember, USA will play Wednesday, Mexico will play tomorrow on Tuesday for a round of 32. 0-1 count. Time is called. This is Braden Stickles. So brief moment out of the batter's box. Now back in. 0-1 count. There's a nice curveball pitch there from Aiden Frank. Nice delivery for strike 2. An 0-2 count. But that is just unbelievable that Paraguay has upset one of the best teams in the entire world of Germany. Was not expecting to see that, and I wasn't really, obviously not paying attention to the matchup with this game here tonight, but just a quick look over, and I just couldn't help but audibly say something over it. I didn't mean to, but 1-2 count, runner on second. 1-2 delivery, swings a little bit high on that one, and that will go for strike 3, as Braden Stickles will strike out. Let's bring up Maddox Roush. Roush was the starting pitcher tonight. He's now into the infield defense. I believe he's over on second base now for the Red Hawks. So now the 2 outs with the runner on second. Still a 2-run lead here for BCLUW. It's been a really high-scoring offensive affair here in one of the last regular season matchups of the season. Playoffs will be starting pretty much this Friday is when we'll be broadcasting some district baseball for you as that gets up and underway. 4th of July weekend obviously coming up, and then after that, be strictly playoffs. I think we might have one more Marshalltown baseball matchup regular season-wise for you, as 4A kind of starts a little bit later, but other than that, it's going to be mainly regionals for softball, districts for baseball as the summer continues on through the month of July. Obviously, weather's getting a lot hotter here in central Iowa. Very humid as we approach 4th of July weekend. Hopefully, it'll start to die down going into next week, especially with playoffs around the corner. A lot of matchups will be in store. Here's a bunt shown, and he's going to pull it back. It will be a dropped pitch from the catcher. Doesn't necessarily go wild, but that will give an opportunity for the runner to advance from second to third. So now puts the runner on third with 2 outs. Maddox Roush on a 2-0 count. Two-0 delivery. This one's going to get popped up into very shallow, and no, actually not even into left field, but the shortstop will get under it in the infield for the 3rd out. So it keeps North Tama at bay, but a good inning for the Redhawks on 3 total runs. Gets themselves
In the 4th inning,
3 hits, I
for the
believe.
Redhawks, 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base.
The 1 infield error and the runner over left on third. As a good inning for North Tama, chips away at this lead. Makes it 8-6 with BCLUW going to the bottom of the 4th. Halfway through this matchup tonight, a high-scoring affair. 2-run lead for the Comets. We'll take a short break. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
From their meat counter to the produce section to the bakery, your Eldora Hy-Vee store offers you the best selection of high-quality grocery items. You'll find everything you need for your family, and you'll save money too. Check out the Eldora Hy-Vee store's weekly specials and fuel saver items that save you money not only at the checkout counter, but at the gas pump as well. And if you're hungry, well, there's always something good cooking in the deli at your Eldora Hy-Vee store, where there's large town variety and small town friendliness.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Welcome back here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in tonight here on your Monday afternoon as we approach the evening time, 6:35 here in central Iowa. It's been a hotter and humid day. This sun's starting to kind of tuck away a little bit. There's a lot of trees here in Beeman, obviously, and it's definitely one of the more outdoorsy kind of fields that or diamonds, I should say, but kind of in a, not necessarily a cornfield, but I mean, it's kind of right to in the backdrop. You can probably see it. Yeah, you can see it in the distance here from Beeman. There's a lot of farmland here in Beeman, obviously, and so kind of a foresty area as well. Sometimes you'll get some wildlife that'll roll through here in the diamond. Seen that from time to time. It's not necessarily uncommon. I've seen a fox, I think, one time. I think there's kind of a fox that tends to come around here from time to time here in Beeman. So it's a very kind of pretty backdrop, very, very much rural Iowan kind of backdrop, similar to kind of Eldora. There's just a little bit like that. West Marshall's as well has the kind of train right behind the diamond as well. You always get at least once that train will come by, never fails for every broadcast. So every kind of diamond has their own identity. 1-1 count. Remember, this is Bryce Dostal now at the pitching mound. BCLUW with the lead, looking to maybe try and gain that gap they did have initially. It was 8-3 coming into this 4th inning, but giving up 3 runs, cut away at this lead. Still with the 2-run advantage, though. So this is Nate Bishop. So I'm going to get a 3-1 count. Bishop will have the good eye, and he'll let that pitch go off to the right and high for ball 4. Bishop will get on base. Bishop is actually 3 for 3 on the walks tonight. All 3 at-bats have been walks over to first for Bishop. This will bring up Damian Holliday. He's got himself an RBI single and a walk. So his on-base percentage, 2 for 2 tonight Holiday will move a little bit out of the way. That will be a wild pitch and will allow the runner of Bishop to head over to second base. Pitch went too low, kind of took a slight bounce, couldn't quite cover it for the catcher. Catcher tonight, number 13 for North Tama, Kaylin Morris. Not to be confused with Kaylor Morris. Could be Kyler. I believe it's Kaylor, though. It's spelled Kayler. Kaylor Morris and Kaven Morris. Obviously assuming relation of some sort, most likely brothers. For North Tama, this one will be a ground ball. Scooped up for the shortstop. It's going to keep the runner over on second. That's going to be well thrown off the bag to first. That'll allow the runner. Initially was going to stay put at second, but he'll make his way over to third, as Nate Bishop will be in scoring position on third. So Holiday will reach over to first off an infield error from North Tama. That was well thrown off the first base bag. This will be Crawford in the pinch running position for BCLUW. So Bryce still trying to do a little bit of damage control here for the Red Hawks. Has runners on first and third now with no outs. Dostal will throw the first pitch. That one's in the zone. Bottom left corner for strike one. Nice pitch that time from Dostal. But this has been a very high-scoring affair. This game has gone on quite a bit. We started at 5 o'clock. It's already 6:40. We're still in the fourth inning, so we'll most likely go well past 7, maybe even reach 7:30. Remember, this was originally supposed to be a 7 o'clock start time tonight. Count is 1-1. Dostal will deliver. That'll be chopped down the third baseline and off foul ball. Goes for strike 2. One and 2 count. Dostal will reset. He'll throw the fastball. Ooh, reached on that one. Kind of knew it as soon as he swung not to go at that pitch. That was far off to the left and outside, as Riley Haywood will strike out. As this will bring up Mason Lieb. Lieb struck out and then reached on an error in his first 2 at-bats, so no base hit yet for Lieb. Takes the first pitch. It's outside for ball 1. So a 1-0 count. Oh, and that goes off wild. Almost hit the leg of Lieb, but wild pitch will have the runner go from first to second. Runner will stay put on third. So that's the base runner, the pinch runner over on second, and Nate Bishop over on third for BCLUW. Pitch is going to be bottom shelf, but in the zone. Nice pitch that time from Bryce Dostal for strike 1. Make it a 2-1 count. Two-one delivery, heavy swing and miss for strike 2. Just a 1 out, so sacrifices in play for BCLUW. Dostal resets, he'll deliver, and that's in the zone for strike 3, and got caught looking was Mason Lieb. So Lieb will strike out. This will bring up Ethan Petermeyer. Petermeyer's had an excellent day tonight at the plate. He's got 2 base hits along with an RBI. Back to the top of the order of BCLUW. Has runners on second and third. Definitely want to get these guys home. No runs yet in this inning. There's a reach on his swing. Can't make contact for strike 1. But back-to-back strikeouts from the pitcher of Bryce Dostal. Puts BCW in a tricky spot. This is going to be a ground ball. Scooped up from the shortstop. Throw over to first has got to be good. Oh, and he's not even going to make the attempt. Didn't want to have a potential error. And you can just tell that the confidence is starting to go down a little bit for the Red Hawks. That was a makeable attempt, at least, to throw over to first for the out. But he's just going to hold on, keep the runner at bay at third. Didn't want to throw it off the first base bag and cause a potential error. So that is going to be, I mean, I pretty much have to, I can't take that away. Remember, my decision is not going to matter either way, but from my point of view, feel like you can't take that base hit away from Petermeyer, as the shortstop just going to hold on. As didn't even make the throw back into home. No throw over to third. 0-1 count. Make it a 9-6 game. So an RBI scored for Petermeyer. This will be Maverick Grafke. His at-bat. He walked in his last at-bat. Quick 0-2 count. Grafke, a good player, the catcher tonight. 0-2 count with runners on first and third. Runner's going to go. It'll be a high ball one. So it puts runners on second and third. Catcher will hold on to it, obviously, with that runner on third. No attempt to throw over to second. Not worth the risk, and that's going to be a wild pitch. Runner is going to stay at third. But you always got to keep in mind the distance behind home plate to the fence, and it's a reasonable distance. If you got a fast base runner, wouldn't be surprised, especially if he's got a nice lead off to go home on a wild pitch. But it's not the longest of distances, so sometimes the runners have to make sure that's going to be makeable. This is a nicely hit ball into center field. It's going to be under it, though, a bit, and the center fielder will be able to make the grab routinely for the third out. So fly out to center field for Grafke will retire the fourth inning. One run in this bottom of the fourth, with one base hit, one error, and two left on as the top of the fifth inning coming up for North Tama. So it's a 9-6 lead for the Comets. We'll take a short break. Back for the top of the fifth after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
Shop these summertime specials at Brothers Market in Grundy Center. Fire up the grill for mouthwatering Black Canyon top sirloin steak, $9.99 a pound, and Prairie Fresh pork steak, only $2.49 a pound. Best choice 6 to 8 ounce packages of shredded or block cheese are just $1.49 each. And for a healthy snack, whole seedless watermelon are $5.99 each. At Brothers Market in Grundy Center, where they proudly support the BCLUW Comets. Open Monday through Saturday 7 to 8 and Sunday 9 to 6. Prices good through Wednesday.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit. Mascots are full of school spirit, and they're helping us give back to local schools. With every HCSB debit card swipe, you're helping fund school events and activities. Register today for HCSB Cash for schools programs and join us in making a difference. At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit.
Top of the fifth inning here for North Tama as we're back here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube. First pitch did find the zone for strike one. Second pitch, this one's going to be popped up into the infield. Good call out here from the second baseman for the Comets, and he'll be under it for the grab for the first out. So an 0-1 pop-up infield flyout for Griffin Hall. This will be Caden Velasco. First pitch that time. As remember, this is Aiden Frank at the pitching mound now for BCLUW. Came in on the pitching change in the fourth inning. That one a heavy swing that time. It's going to be a ground ball and off foul. Apologies about the scoreboard here. Sometimes it kind of messes up from time to time. It's a 9-6 game. Top of the fifth inning. 1-2 is the count. Velasco grounded out in an infield flyout. His two at-bats tonight. His third chance at the plate. And the late swing there for strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down for North Tama. This will bring up Hunter Dostal. Does have a base hit on the night. Frank delivers. Nice pitch there. That'll just be a bit outside. No swing there from Hunter Dostal for ball 1. 1-0 count. That'll be too high for ball 2. Quick 2-0 count. North Tama 2 up and 2 down. Not the start they wanted to in this inning. Heavy swing and a miss for strike 1. BCLUW with a 3-run lead. They'll be in an okay spot going back into the offense. They'll be 3-4-5 in the batting order. So it feels like North Tama would love to at least get a little bit more scoring, especially how this game has gone. The only top or bottom of the inning with no scoring was the top of the third for Redhawks. Other than that, there's been at least 1 run for either side, and that will be a 4-1 count and a good walk there and a good at-bat for Hunter Dostal. So Dostal will walk over to first. This will bring up Kaylor Morris. Morris is a very good bunter. He's got 2 on bases with bunt, 1 recorded base hit, and an RBI off of his last at-bat with a bunt laid down. Not ideal here with just the 2 outs and runner on first for a bunt. That'll be a wild pitch. That will be a steal from first to second for Dostal. Number Hunter Dostal, the DH. Not to be confused with Bryce Dostal, who's currently on the mound and pitching right now for North Tama. One-0 delivery. Was going to show bunt that time. Ends up pulling away and is in the zone for strike 1. So we'll see if Morris keeps up with his bunt attempts. 1-1 count, runner on second. That's going to be a really high pitch. Good cover there from the catcher of Maverick, able to keep that from going wild and having the runner advance to third. So a 2-1 count. That's going to be a wild pitch, though, on the next one. So runner will now advance over to third. That'll be a 3-1 count. And a good eye here from Kaylor Morris. He'll get himself on base with a walk on 4 balls. I believe it was a 4-1 count. So now runners on first and third. Remember, this was a 2 up and 2 down off the infield flyout and strikeout, but a walk from Dostal. And now a walk and a couple of wild pitches puts the runner on third and first now. So this will bring up Clayton Williams. And this is the guy that North Tama wants at the plate tonight in any scoring positions. His last RBI, a RBI double. He's got a single and another double to his name, so he's 3 for 3. This one will be a ground ball down the third baseline and go off foul for strike 2. But no matter what his at-bat here is, he's obviously had a terrific night. So his batting average should definitely be able to improve after this evening. Aiden Frank will reset. 0-2 count, trying to keep North Tama at bay. That's going to be a low. Good plate discipline from Williams on a now 1-2 count. One and two. Oh, that's going to go off the left shoulder. And you can tell Williams, I think Williams just, I don't think he wanted it to go over to first. I think he wanted to stay at the plate and give himself another hitting opportunity, but instead,
Number 13,
he will walk over to first base. So his on-base percentage remains 100 tonight with 3 hits and now a walk. This will bring up Caven Morris. Morris has an RBI. He's also walked So he reached on an error on his last at-bat, but able to gain himself an RBI in the process. First pitch is going to go low for ball 1. 1-0 count. North Tama down by 3. Bases are up and loaded with 2 down. Force out at every plate now. Left-handed hitter of Morris. Third in the batting order. So ideal spot for North Tama to try and at least cut away at this lead again. Wasn't a hot start to this inning. A infield flyout, a strikeout. 2 up and 2 down, but able to salvage it after 3 walks in a row. A couple of wild pitches were able to put runners in scoring position, but with all 3 walks, spacers are going to be loaded up either way. So 2-1 count. That's in the zone for strike 2 as Morris lets that one go. Makes it a 2-2 count. Biggest at-bat of the night probably for North Tama. This is an ideal spot to take back the lead or cut away at this lead. This is going to be popped up in the infield. It should be a makeable catch for BCLUW. Oh, and it's going to be dropped in the infield. And that will score a run. Oh, and runners they're all over the place. Throw over to home, though, and that's going to be a big infield error, and that will score 2 runs. That is a big problem for the Comets. So you never know what can happen as long as you put it into play. So that was an infield supposed to be caught flyout, but it is dropped from the infield and pitcher of Aiden Frank. And then the base runners were kind of out of position as well. Obviously, they were trying to tag up. Runners couldn't decide whether they wanted to stay or go, and then the runner from third ended up going home, and then the throw back over to home goes way off the plate, and it's able to score. So this puts runners at second and third, still with 2 outs. Just a very wild sequence, and that was a very makeable infield flyout for BCLUW, as Frank's going to kind of kick himself for that, as he was well under it, but just kind of mistimed it, and he kind of reached out to his left. See, his body wasn't completely under it, so he thought he was in the right spot, and then kind of reached out to his left and trying to kind of quickly snag it, but just completely kind of whiffed it and just ended up dropping. So the run able to score, and then another run in the process with the base runners kind of going wild, and then another infield error and errant throw of sorts as Bryce Dostal will walk over to first as walk-on balls. Winds are picking up quite a bit here in Beeman. This will be a ground ball to the pitcher and another kind of errant throw. BCLUW has got to kind of just settle down. Seems like nerves are really starting to hit him here in this high-scoring game, but it is going to be in time for the out, but it was thrown off the bag a little bit. But either way, it will be a ground out. So that will end the top of the 5th. And sorry, but apologies about the scoreboard. We've having a little bit of trouble from time to time with sometimes takes a minute. But it is 9-8. BCLUW still on top. Their offense up next here at the bottom of the 5th. Quick break back after this here on Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube and 92.9 FM.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. And no one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. And you'll get customized coverage in one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it most. Contact Farm Bureau agent Kyle Blom or sales associate Justin Teesing in Rhinebeck and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
From their meat counter to the produce section to the bakery, your Eldora Hy-Vee store offers you the best selection of high-quality grocery items. You'll find everything you need for your family, and you'll save money too. Check out the Eldora Hy-Vee store's weekly specials and fuel saver items that save you money not only at the checkout counter, but at the gas pump as well. And if you're hungry, well, there's always something good cooking in the deli at your Eldora Hy-Vee store, where there's large town variety and small town friendliness.
Bottom of the fifth inning coming up. BCLUW will have the one-run advantage coming into the bottom of the fifth. It's a 9-8 game. It's been a very high-scoring affair. Only the top of the third is the lone portion of this game with no runs. Other than that, it's been, for North Tama, 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth, for a total of 8 runs. On the evening, BCLUW scored in every inning, 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, and 1 in the fourth, giving them this 9-8 lead as they're in the heart of their offense in this fifth inning, with leading off of Wilt Feldposh. 1-1 count. He's got a good night tonight. He's got a RBI double and a 2 RBI single for Feldposh. Two and 1 count. Pitching is still Bryce Dostal, as Maddox Roush started off this game. Dostal came in at the end of the second with 2 outs. So a 2 and 2 count. We're reaching about 7 o'clock here in Central Iowa. This game has been kind of a long one with the amount of scoring we've had. Obviously, the more scoring, the longer the game's going to go. This count is 2 and 2. If you're maybe tuning into the World Cup earlier today, probably one of the bigger upsets that you'll see in the first round. Paraguay able to upset one of the top teams, and I have to consider top 5 team in the entire world of Germany, upsetting them in a PK shootout earlier today. Got Morocco and Netherlands coming up next later on, trying to get this matchup wrapped up so I'm able to come home and watch that game. Obviously, I'm very excited about the World Cup continuing on. Mexico and USA play later on this week. That is a nice drive over into center field, and that will drop for a leadoff single for Wilt Feldposh. And his great night continues. That's his 3rd hit of the night.
Number 20, Marshall Castor.
As Will Feldposh, an excellent evening at the plate. This will bring up Marshall Castor. Castor does have himself 1 base hit on the evening. So leadoff single puts a runner on first with no outs. Throw back over to first. Waiting on deck will be Aiden Frank. Reached in for that one. Just got a piece of it. Throw over to first will be in time. So routine throw for Bryce Dostal. Kind of chipped at that one.
Number 35.
Really crouched the plate. Did not get all of it at all. As Castor will ground out. It'll bring up Aiden Frank. Frank's got 1 walk and 2 ground outs. So no base hits tonight for Frank on the evening. Aiden Frank now at the pitcher's mound for BCLUW. Get his 4th bat of the night. Waiting on deck will be Nate Bishop with the 1 out. Runner on second. One 0 count. That one gets a piece of it back behind home plate for strike 1. Do have some time called here. There is going to be a brief exchange. Looks like we are going to have a pitching change. So Bryce Dostal, his night's going to be done at the pitcher's mound. So quickly walk off. We do have a new pitcher of number 24 for North Tama. That will be Caden Velasco. So Caden Velasco with the pitching change. He'll come in here in the 5th inning. We'll see if he'll potentially be the final pitcher for the Red Hawks. So we'll take a short break. We'll get Velasco time to warm up, and then we'll finish off this 5th inning and get the rest of this matchup concluded here tonight from Beeman. Quick break back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Shop these summertime specials at Brothers Market in Grundy Center. Fire up the grill for mouthwatering Black Canyon top sirloin steak, $9.99 a pound, and Prairie Fresh pork steak, only $2.49 a pound. Best choice 6 to 8 ounce packages of shredded or block cheese are just $1.49 each. And for a healthy snack, whole seedless watermelon are $5.99 each. At Brothers Market in Grundy Center, where they proudly support the BCLUW Comets. Open Monday through Saturday 7 to 8 and Sunday 9 to 6. Prices good through Wednesday.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
Back here in Beeman, it is a pitching change for North Tama. It is Caden Velasco now at the mound for the Red Hawks. A couple of pitches down, able to throw one ball and now a foul ball back behind home plate. You're going to see a little one. He's too short. There's a little kid. Though I didn't have the camera enough, but 3-2 is the count. That one goes for ball 3. 9-8 your score here. BCLUW on top here in the bottom of the 5th with just a 1 out. This is a foul ball, and ladies, watch out here. Off the flower pot. Back behind home plate. I had a closer one, close call. I think it was in the first inning. Yeah, we had those technical difficulties at the start, so I don't even think I was on air for that. It was a foul ball, probably, I would say, like maybe 4 feet to my left. Hit the exact kind of bleacher seat I'm on.
Number 31.
But I was eyeing it the whole way. I knew it wasn't going to hit me, but that was the closest call I probably had all year to a foul ball in my vicinity of sorts. That did go for ball 4, so it is a walk for Aiden Frank. This will bring up the Walkman of Nate Bishop. So I just self-named him that. He's got 3 at-bats with 3 walks. That's a throwback, obviously, to a Walkman of sorts, the portable cassette player. I never had a Walkman. I just know of a Walkman. I'm the part of the MP3 and iPod era. 1-1 count. That one's going to be a low ball 2 off the dirt. I'm old enough to know of such technology of that, but I'm young enough to not be the one who's owned it. Born right in 2000, right in the golden spot. That's going to be a struck down, throw over to second. That's a nice play. That's a really good infield defense there from Bryce Dolstol as he's over on first now. Nicely done there. That was just put into play. It was hard to kind of tell you what exactly going on, but put into play, dropped right in front of the first baseman of Dolstol, but instead of kind of walking over to first with a tag, he's able to hold on to it, able to take a look at where the second baseman was, or second base runner was going, and he's able to throw it over to second base in time for the force out. He didn't have time to run over to first and throw over to second for the attempt of double play. So he decides to hold on to it, make sure he's making the right throw, and he's capable of making that throw over to second, and it's going to be in time, and just a nicely done defense. So that way the runners are not at second and third, instead at first and third, as it will go for a second out. So Bishop will reach over to first off a fielder's choice, and that's about the clearest fielder's choice as you can get. Do have a pinch runner as well over on first for Nate Bishop. So with 2 outs, runners on first and third. Still a spot here for BCLUW to add to the scoring department. That's going to get through. That'll be a base hit. There you go for BCLUW, as that was Damian Holliday getting it off the first pitch. Throw over to third. Sliding in is going to be safe of the runner. over on first. It's still good over to third, but that's going to be an RBI single for Damian Holliday. That's his second RBI single of the night. So he had one in the first inning as well. So that'll make it a 10-8 game. BCLUW takes a 2-run lead over the Redhawks. Very high-scoring affair here in Beeman. This fifth inning continues on. BCLUW continues their streak of at least averaging, or at least having 1 run per inning. See if they can gain some more. Nice base running there as well from the pinch runner of the fielder's choice reach of Nate Bishop. So the pinch runner, that's number 24, I believe. So I'll get a name for you here real quick. Don't want to leave him out, obviously. So I'll get that name for you here in a quick second. It's a 1-0 count. That pitch does find the zone as Briley Haywood lays off. Haywood up to bat next as he has yet to reach on base tonight. Line out, ground out, and a strikeout. Pitch is off to the right for ball 2 as Haywood lays off. That's going to be base runner Harrison Scheibel, or Scheibel, depending on 8th grader, though, for BCLUW. He's the one trying to come home over on third. Swing and a miss that time from Briley Haywood. Make it a 2-2 count. Whoop. 2-2 count with 2 down. Runner on third, itching to come home. Oh, that's going to be got away from the pitcher. Remember, this is Caden Velasco. Failed to kind of make sure you were informed about that. I did mention the pitching change, but I think I failed to say that maybe once or more, twice more. But remember, yes, Caden Velasco at the mound for North Tama. Full count pitch. Velasco delivers. That's going to be in the zone for strike 3 as Haywood lays off as he's caught looking for his second strikeout of the night. As that will wrap up the 5th inning. That will go for just the 1 run off of 2 hits. The single of Will Feldposh. Goodness. The RBI single of Damian Holliday is the 2 hits in this 5th inning and just the 1 run. No infield errors and 2 left on for the Comets. Top of the 6th inning coming up. North Tama will lead off with Maddox Roush. Griffin Hall and Caden Velasco will have some guaranteed at-bats. We'll take a short break. Top of the 6th inning coming up here from Beeman after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit. Mascots are full of school spirit, and they're helping us give back to local schools. With every HCSB debit card swipe, you're helping fund school events and activities. Register today for HCSB Cash for schools programs and join us in making a difference. At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Top of the 6th inning coming up. North Tama will have a couple more chances, obviously, with still 2 innings to go. It's been a very high-scoring affair from both sides, obviously, as you can see. And here tonight, it's a 10-8 game as BCLUW with the 2-run lead. We'll see if North Tama can potentially force. Obviously, this could be the last at-bats for BCLUW, but the way that this game's going, you'd have to imagine North Tama is probably going to find one way or another to put some more runs on the board.
Leading off, number 5, Maddox Roush.
This will be Maddox Roush leading off here in the 6th inning. Roush started off at the mound, right? Yeah, was the starting pitcher tonight. Then Bryce Dostal came in, and now it's Caden Velasco at the pitching mound. He's going to drop that into shallow left field off the first pitch. Nice base hit here for North Tama. And a leadoff single for Maddox Roush. It's a good start here for the Redhawks. Just need the 2 runs, and that's not necessarily a tall ask in this high-scoring affair. The way that this game's gone, 2 runs seems almost like a given from either side. Runner's going to go, and did he reach? I think he reached on, yeah, he reached for that punt. That was a very high reach for Griffin Hall. That was well high of the strike zone, but Hall was committed to the bunt attempt. So he does reach and does go for strike 1, so it is an 0-1 count. The runner, he actually did get a piece of it, actually, so it goes off for foul ball. So the runner's going to go back off the steal attempt as he's back over at first. We'll see if the runner will go again, and he will indeed. This time gets all of it. Not going to have the bunt. That's going to be backed up way towards right field. That will drop off the back fence. Runner's going to come home. He'll be able to get home safely. And that is an RBI double for North Tama for Griffin Hall. That almost found its way over the fence, but a very well-struck ball into right field as an RBI double after the leadoff single. And North Tama very quickly makes this a 1-score lead for BCLUW. Ten to 9 now the score after the RBI double. Bunt was attempted to get laid down from Caden Velasco. Didn't get all of it as it's back behind home plate for foul ball. So an 0-1 count. Owen delivery, runners over on second, no outs after the leadoff single and RBI double. Long windup here from Aiden Frank. Takes his well time. It's going to be popped up in the infield. Throw over to second. He's sliding back and safe. It's off the bag, but good cover there from the center fielder. So no attempt from the runner to go over to third. But nice catch there from the pitcher of Frank for the line out to the pitcher. Line out of sorts. Just a baby pop-up. But I don't know if that's even a technical way it's out. Either way, he's going to be caught. Velasco's out at first. It is Hunter Dostal. He'll have his 4th at-bat. He's got a single and a walk. So gotten on base twice tonight for the Red Hawks. So we're at the bottom of the order. The leadoff hitter of Kaylor Morris looking for his 5th at-bat of the night. Nice pitch that time in the zone as Dostal lays off for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 delivery. That one's going to be low for ball 1. Base runner is Griffin Hall, who had the RBI double in his last at-bat. He's had a good night tonight. He's got 2 walks and now the extra base hit with the double. And an RBI to go along with it. He is the tying run over on second base here in the 6th inning. Two and 1 count, and Aiden Frank lays off of his pitch and making the runner think about it at second. It's definitely a long windup for Frank at the mound. This game has gone on pretty long. We're past 2 hours, and that's going to be a hit by the pitch. No, it's actually going to go off the butt of the bat. So foul ball for North Tama. Kind of checked in on that swing a little bit for Dostal, but did get a piece of the bat, so it goes off foul ball for a 2-2 count. That pitch is going to be in the zone. Dostal got caught looking for strike 3. As this will bring us back to the top of the order with Kaylor Morris. Kaylor Morris, his 5th at-bat of the night. He's kind of a bunt specialist here for North Tama. He's got a reach on an error. He's got a bunt single and also an RBI off of a late bunt as well. And a walk to go along with it. So he's reached on base all 4 times tonight, whether it's off of an error or a base hit itself or a walk. Either way, he's kind of found every single possible way to get on base tonight. First pitch was high for ball one. This one's going to get popped up into foul territory. The third baseman over in foul territory as it was an easy come over and caught for the third out. So just the one run in this inning for North Tama after a very hot start. But just the one run after the two hits, the leadoff single from Roush and the RBI double of Griffin Hall. No errors and one left on, I believe. Yeah, one left on. And bottom of the sixth coming up, BCLUW could be their last at-bats tonight. We'll see how this inning goes for the Comets. Obviously, just a one-run lead does not feel safe in the slightest on how this game has gone, as BCLUW has been able to at least score at least one run in every single inning. North Tama just the third inning, they weren't able to score. Other than that, though, they have been able to produce at least one run. They've been able to score 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. For the Red Hawks, BCLUWs went 3-2-3 and 1-1, as they'll have a chance to add on to this lead and could be their final at-bats of the night. We'll see how the sixth inning goes. Quick 30-second break. We'll be back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio On The Go Sports on YouTube.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. And no one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. And you'll get customized coverage in one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it most. Contact Farm Bureau agent Kyle Blom or sales associate Justin Teesing in Rhinebeck and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Bottom of the sixth inning coming up. BCLUW could be their last at-bats of the evening. We'll see how the sixth inning goes. If you've been with us for the entirety of this matchup, it's been a very high-scoring affair. BCLUW's found ways to score in every single inning thus far. Got a lot of base hits to their name as well. If I do some quick math, they've been able to at least, record at least one hit as well in every inning. They got 6, 8, 9, 11 base hits on the evening is what I have them recorded for. So it's been an excellent night offensively for the Comets. Quick 1-1 count. Bunt was shown. It's going to be a low pitch and off back behind the catcher. Remember, this is Caden Velasco now at the mound for the Red Hawks. Third pitcher of the night for North Tama. 2-1 count, just leading off with Mason Lieb. Lieb struck out twice and a reach on air. He's going to put this bunt down. Velasco is going to scoop it up and a duck out of the way. And very awkwardly, a hesitant grab there from the first baseman. Just seemed very awkward there. Just kind of came right to him on the glove and then just kind of wilted away and goes off the glove. So that's a reach on air. Mason Lieb. That was not a hard throw. Wasn't like a bullet coming into the first baseman, just kind of winced away at it. I don't think maybe saw it completely. The sun is over on that side as well, so that's kind of the only kind of explanation I can really give on why he winced away at that ball. Maybe potentially the sun was in his eyes and didn't see the ball coming all the way through and just kind of, I think, closed the glove a little bit early. This one's going to get smacked into deep center field. That might be gone. And that's off the fence, so it'll stay in the park, but that's an excellent hit. So round over to second. They're going to send the runner home, and now the runner's going to go to third. Dive and throw, trying to get him into third, and he's going to be safe. That's going to be good for a infield triple for Ethan Petermeyer, and he gets himself an RBI along with the process. That was excellently struck into center field. I thought that one was going to be potentially gone into deep center field, but just finding that back end of center field and off the fence, and a little bit of trouble with it with a throw back into the infield, able to turn that double into a triple for Petermeyer and gets himself an RBI and sends Mason Lieb home. So that'll give themselves a little bit more of a cushion going into the seventh inning. Still with no outs, so the runs can keep on coming for BCLUW, up to an 11-9 lead now. High pitch, throw back over to third, trying to tag up. He will be back in time. This is Maverick Grafke. Gets his third at-bat of the night. Has not been able to find a base hit yet. Do remember we had a little bit of technical difficulties in that first inning, so he may have been one of those players that got himself a base hit. There was 3 hits. The only hit that I didn't able to see was Damian Halliday. Other than that, it could have potentially been Peter Meyer, Grafke, or Will Rosh with a base hit. So, like I said, I might not potentially know if he was able to get one or not. But either way, he's going to get himself on base. He'll be able to record a walk on 4 balls on a 4-out count, I believe. So Will Feldpausch, he's up to bat next. An excellent night for him. He's got a 2 RBI double and an RBI double, a 2 RBI single, and another single to go along with it. So 3 total hits for Will Feldpausch tonight with 3 RBIs. Has runners on first and third with no outs. We're right in the heart of BCLUW's offense. Runner's going to go. He's going to fake the throw potentially, see if we can get that runner from third to sag off a little bit, but the runner's going to be safe. The Maverick Grafke. So Grafke on second. It is Peter Meyer over on third. 1-0 count. That'll be a ground ball over to the third baseman. Runner on third's going to stay, and thankfully so, as that's going to be a wild throw off the bag. That's a big infield error there for North Tama, as that will score a run. So Feldpausch will get himself an RBI, as he will reach on an error over on first, and a run will score.
Number 20, Marshall Caster.
So that'll bump BCLUW up to a 12-9 lead. As BCLUW's offense keeps rolling here, but a big infield error from North Tama is going to put runners on second and third and score a run and bring up Marshall Caster. It's been a tough night for him at the mound. At the plate, excuse me. He does have the 1 single, but his last 2 at-bats have been a little bit hesitant. He's kind of either checked the swing or hasn't followed through completely, so just trying to get himself a solid at-bat, most likely the final one of the night for Caster. That one is struck and back behind home plate for foul ball. Count is up to 0-2. Aiden Frank waiting on deck for BCLUW. Still no outs with runners on second and third. Pitch went off a little bit to the right. Good cover there, though, from the catcher. Keeps it from going wild. Makes it a 1-2 count. BCLUW still looking to add some runs to this lead here in the 6th inning. Change-up, curveball kind of pitch. Goes too high for ball 2. It's been a very long game. We're approaching 2.5 hours here in Beeman. Very high-scoring affair, obviously. The more runs, more hits, longer the game's going to go. This is foul ball back behind the catcher. Good cover there, as it was a slight pop-up from Caster, as it is caught for the first out.
Number 35, Aiden Frank.
This will bring up Aiden Frank. He's walked twice and 2 ground outs, so no base hits yet for Frank, as he's at the mound now for BCLUW. See if he can make his job a little bit easier going into the 7th inning, if he can send anybody home. Add some more runs, trying to make these the last at-bats of the night for the Comets. First was a swing and just got a piece of it for foul ball. 0-1 count. That's going to be way too low for ball 1. Caden Velasco still at the mound. Remember, this is the 3rd pitcher of the night. Started off with Maddox Roush. Bryce Dolsto came in at the 2nd inning, and then Velasco's been in ever since the 4th inning, I believe. Usually I mark that down. I think I failed to record that this time, as that's going to be what happened. Did he throw back over to third? I think he did. That's going to be either, yeah, I think it was a throwback over to third and threw it off the bag and back behind. So that's going to be a big mistake in the infield. Yep, third baseman does have it. So trying to throw back over to third to catch the runner out, I think, of the catcher after the initial pitch. So the count is up to 2-1, and then trying to see if they can catch that runner off the bag. Ends up throwing it way off to the side, and a run will score for BCLUW. So that'll make it a 13-9 score. Still with just 1 out. 2-2 pitch. Runner on second now for BCLUW. 2-2 delivery. That's going to be in the zone and lays off for strike 3. So Frank will strike out. It'll bring up Nate
Number
Bishop.
31, Nate Bishop.
Bishop's walked 3 times tonight and has reached over to first off a fielder's choice. First pitch, good eye there from Nate Bishop for ball 1. Feels like BCLUW has done their job here. Increase this to a 4-run lead. It's going to be a lot tougher for North Tama in the 7th inning to try and tie or take this lead. Remember, if BCLUW remains the lead, obviously, at the top of the 7th, game will be done. So potential last at-bats here for the Comets. 2-0 count, 2 down, just the 1 out needed for North Tama to kind of stop the bleeding here in the 6th inning. It's been a rough inning for North Tama, defensively specifically. There's been a few errors throughout this game. That's been kind of the one thing you can really point out that North Tama would love to improve upon, especially going into the postseason. There's a nice pitch there for strike 2, or the first strike actually, sorry, for strike 1, so a 3-1 count. Velasco takes his time, and that's going to be off to the right for ball 4. So the walkman continues with his night. He's up to 4 walks on the evening. That'll bring up Damian Holliday. He was the initial starting pitcher tonight for BCLUW until Aiden Frank took over. Frank took over in the 4th inning, I believe. Usually I write these down, but I apologize. I didn't. Kind of slacking. I know I wrote it down once. Yeah, I wrote it down once for North Tama. Other than that, I kind of slacked a little bit in that department. 0-1 count. First one was in the zone. But Damian Holliday, his 5th at-bat of the night, does have 2 RBI singles. So he's got an RBI single in the 1st inning and an RBI single in the 5th inning. So good night from him. Also has a walk to his name and did reach on an error. So he's 100% in the on-base percentage department tonight. Count is 1-2. See if he can keep that streak alive with a runner on 1st and 2nd with 2 down. That's going to be a high pitch for ball 2. Two and 2 count. Pitch from Velasco is going to go off to the right. Good eye there from Damian Holliday for a full count. Full count pitch. On the way, runners will go, and that's going to be too high for ball 4. And North Tama just can't find a way to get out of this 6th inning, and the scoring will remain at 13 at this point, but now bases loaded. Brings up
Number 7,
Briley Haywood. But another walk, back-to-back walks will load up the bases. It started with the runner on 2nd. Oh, 1 count. That's going to be a high ball 1. That's going to be a chopper down to the 2nd baseman. He'll scoop it up and just step on the bag. And finally, North Tama gets out of this 6th inning as a ground out for Briley Haywood. As the top of the 7th coming up, North Tama must tie or take the lead. Otherwise, this matchup will be over tonight here in Beeman. We'll take a break. Back for the 7th inning here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
2 errors and 2.
From their meat counter to the produce section to the bakery, your Eldora Hy-Vee store offers you the best selection of high-quality grocery items. You'll find everything you need for your family, and you'll save money too. Check out the Eldora Hy-Vee store's weekly specials and fuel saver items that save you money not only at the checkout counter, but at the gas pump as well. And if you're hungry, well, there's always something good cooking in the deli at your Eldora Hy-Vee store, where there's large town variety and small town friendliness.
Then it was 7? Yeah, 7-3. No, 8-3. Yeah,
From their meat counter to the produce section to the bakery, your Eldora Hy-Vee store offers you the best selection of high-quality grocery items. You'll find
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
All right, top of the 7th coming up for North Tama. Must tie or take the lead to have this game continue on for the Red Hawks. Otherwise, BCLUW will walk out with the home win tonight. This would be their 3rd win on the season as a total. This one an off and foul ball near the Comet dugout. But last inning, very productive inning for BCLUW. 3 runs total, on a 10-9 lead. Coming into the 6th inning, able to knock down 3 runs, improving this to a 4-run lead. Game is far from over, though. North Tama has been able to hang in there. That's going to be a well-struck ball into left field. That will most likely get down. That will be at least a double. We'll see if he wants to turn it into more, and he'll stand up at second. That'll be a leadoff double for Clayton Williams. His night continues very impressively at the plate. He's got 1 double, or 2. He's got 3 doubles with 1 single and a RBI double. The amount of hits that he's had, you'd think maybe more. Unfortunately, just hasn't been put in positions to send in some RBIs. Just the 1 RBI to show for it on his batting tonight, but he is 100% on-base percentage. And he's 4 for 4 in the hitting department. So he's got a perfect on-base percentage and a perfect hitting percentage on the evening. I should have said that the other way around, obviously. But 1 single to lead off this, or to start off his night. And then a double in the 2nd, an RBI double in the 4th, a walk in the 5th, and now a double, a leadoff double to start off this very important 7th inning. That's going to be nicely struck into right field. That's going to drop. That will score. Williams will come home. Runner's going to round over to 2nd, and he's going to try and turn this into a triple. Throw back over to 3rd is not going to be in time. That's going to be a very, very hot start here for the Red Hawks. That's going to be an RBI triple for Caven Morris. So Williams will come home after his leadoff double. You cannot ask for a better start here for North Tama here in the 7th inning. So gets 1 run, 3 more to go to at least extend this game into the bottom of the 7th. And it's really no surprise, obviously, that North Tama was able to get off to a hot start. It's been a very high-scoring affair. Kind of expected this to come, especially near the top of the order. Started off with the top batter tonight of Clayton Williams, so they go 2, 3, 4. And the guaranteed at-bats, here's the 4th in the order of Bryce Dostal with his 5th at-bat of the night. 1-1 count with a runner on 3rd, no outs. Dostal will take that pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Dostal left-handed. He's a left-handed pitcher, left-handed batter as well. Sometimes you'll see a mix. Sometimes you'll see a left-handed pitcher, but does bat right-handed for whatever reason. I don't know how they do that. Never understood it. My left hand is useless. And left foot as well. Whether it's soccer or baseball, it doesn't matter. It's all right-sided with me. That's going to be a walk-on, a 4-1 count for Bryce Dostal, so a good at-bat for him. He'll walk on over to first. This will bring up Braden Stickles. Stickles could potentially be the tying run for North Tama, still with just 0 outs, so plenty of opportunities still left for the Red Hawks. Stickles with 1 RBI single. He's got a walk, struck out, and a ground out. Runner's going to go. Throw back over to 2nd. Runner's going to stay at 3rd, and it's not going to be in time. A lot of times you'll see that when the runner goes from 1st to 2nd with a runner on 3rd, a lot of times the catcher will hold off, not make the attempt, especially if it potentially becomes an error. It would send home a run, but well executed that time. Doesn't get the out, but keeps it in the infield. Doesn't make the infield error to have the run go home. And have the opportunity for have that runner that was stealing to maybe go over to third. So nicely done there from BCLUW. Kept it under control. 0-1 count. This one's going to be popped up into foul territory. First baseman under it. He'll have the grab, and runner is going to stay put over at third base. That's going to be over the catcher, though, as the throw back home. That's a big mistake there for BCLUW. And a really big mistake because the runner was not going. So the throw back home just really felt pointless. And just a big mistake in the infield. That's going to score a run, but that's one that BCLUW really wants back, as the runner was staying at third base. There was no attempt to come home, but threw it over to the catcher anyway and just couldn't connect. Goes off wild, and a big error is able to score the run. Stickles will be caught in foul territory and is out. The runner had to tag up anyway, obviously, if he was leading off as it was caught. But Stickles is out. This will bring up Maddox Roush. It's only a 2-run lead now for the Comets with just 1 out. Roush could potentially be the tying run. Still have 1 out, so have a room for one more potentially at bat. Two-one count. Remember, this is still Aiden Frank at the mound. He's trying to close out this game tonight. There's a nice pitch there, swing and a miss for strike 2. So Aiden Frank really wants to kind of put this game away. 2 runs would tie it and extend it. That's a nice breaking ball, little changeup pitch there. It's going to be outside, though, for ball 3. Make it a full count. Probably biggest at-bat of the night, obviously. Maddox Roush was the initial starting pitcher tonight. Got a base hit last at-bat. He's going to drive this into the left field. Left fielder's not going to make the grab. That will drop. That will be an RBI single at least, and he's going to round over to second. Still trouble with it, and he's going to throw it back into the infield, and he's going to turn it into a triple. And that's just a huge turn of events, and the defensive struggles continue tonight for both sides, really. I'm just gonna give it to him. I don't care at this point. It's a RBI triple. It's my stat sheet. I'll do what I want. RBI triple recorded for Maddox Roush. And it is going to be a pitching change for BCLUW. They still need 2 outs to end this game. The tying run is over on third. So we're going to extend this game even longer. We're almost close to 3 hours. Are we getting the pitching change? No, I think Frank is taking a second. I think we shouldn't. Yeah, we are getting one. I just don't have the number yet. It looks like we are. Yeah, well, okay, we're getting a big change here because this is going to be the starting catcher tonight of Maverick Grafke, and so instead of catching the pitches, he will be throwing them at the mound. So Grafke will get warmed up. We still got more baseball and probably a lot more in store with the tying run on third with just 1 out. North Tama trying to make this a 13-13 game, and potentially if they can take the lead here in this 7th inning. We'll take a quick break. We'll let Grafke get warmed up at the pitcher's mound. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
Shop these summertime specials at Brothers Market in Grundy Center. Fire up the grill for mouthwatering Black Canyon top sirloin steak, $9.99 a pound, and Prairie Fresh pork steak, only $2.49 a pound. Best choice 6 to 8 ounce packages of shredded or block cheese are just $1.49 each. And for a healthy snack, whole seedless watermelon are $5.99 each. At Brothers Market in Grundy Center, where they proudly support the BCLUW Comets. Open Monday through Saturday 7 to 8 and Sunday 9 to 6. Prices good through Wednesday.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard. D&B Agro-Systems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit. Mascots are full of school spirit, and they're helping us give back to local schools. With every HCSB debit card swipe, you're helping fund school events and activities. Register today for HCSB Cash for schools programs and join us in making a difference. At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit.
Well, we're going to continue tonight, potentially into the bottom of the 7th. It was a 4-run lead here for BCLUW coming into the 7th inning, but 3 runs here already for North Tama, following an RBI triple off of Maddox Roush. It is a pitching change for BCLUW. It is the starting catcher. This is going to be a laid down bunt. Runner is going to think about it. He'll throw over to first and he'll come home. It is going to be an out, but it will tie up as BCLUW refuses to throw over to home. It probably would have made more sense to do it, but they throw over to first to get the guaranteed out and just concede to tie this game up. So Griffin Hall will get himself the RBI and successfully tie this game. So more at-bats are coming for BCLUW. And hit by the pitch on the first pitch. So the leading run is over on first of Caden Velasco. So hit by the pitch. This game is tied. Apologies, as we've had some trouble with what we usually do to make it a little bit more seamless for the scoreboard, but that hasn't really been working lately. So apologies about kind of the late input on the scoreboard tonight. Just kind of being fully honest with you tonight. This game's gone on longer than I think most people expected, and it's been a very hot day today. Approaching 3 hours. Thankfully, the sun has set here in Beeman. It's not as hot. It's definitely cooled down a lot more, but we do have a tie game now. North Tama down by 4 coming into the 7th inning, but able to tie it up. Pitch goes a little bit wild off to the right, but able to cover it. But the tying play, the bunt laid down from Griffin Hall. So he was thrown out over on first, but the sacrifice bunt is successful. And pitch goes for ball 2. 2-1 count with 2 down. Runner over on first after the hit by the pitch walk from Caden Velasco. This is Hunter Dostal. He'll chop it down over to first. It's going to be scooped up, throw back over to first on the bag, and it's in time, and he'll be out. So it's a tie game down to the last at-bats for BCLUW in regulation innings. They just need the 1 run, and they would walk out of here with the win. So Dostal will ground out, but BCLUW definitely feels like they had a big chance tonight to win this game. They did. There's no really ifs, ands, or buts about it, but definitely some bad defensive plays and some really good offense from North Tama. A double from Clayton Williams, RBI triple from Caven Morris, walk from Dostal, an RBI triple from Maddox Roush, and then a sacrifice bunt able to tie the game up with Griffin Hall as it is tied up at 13 apiece. Bottom of the 7th will be coming up. BCLUW will be, that's a good question actually, because I think it's going to be Mason Lieb. I think it'll go 9-1-2. It was everybody getting at bat, so sometimes if I don't specifically mark it, it's hard to tell who's leading off. I think it's going to be Mason Lieb, though, with his leadoff at bat. Now that wouldn't make sense, would it? Oh, no, it is. Sorry, yeah, it is going to be Mason Lieb. So Lieb will be leading off, then we'll go back to the order with Ethan Petermeyer and Maverick Grafke. They'll have their guaranteed at bats. Quick 30-second break, back for the bottom of the 7th. Here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Bottom of the 7th coming up here on 92.9 FM. BCLUW trying to gain their 3rd win on the year. North Tama, gotta remember, they're a good team. I mean, they are pretty much around 500. They're 8-9 coming into this game. They're 7-7 in conference record. They're not a team that was expecting to come in and maybe be challenged this heavily, I think, by the Comets tonight, but it's just been a great showing from BCLUW. The pressure is kind of off. It felt like BCLUW obviously was in a prime position to win this game. Going into the top of the 7th, just needed to keep North Tama under 4 runs, but Redhawks able to tie this game up. BCLUW, if the trend continues, they would be able to walk out of here with a win. They have been able to score at least 1 run in every inning. They had 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and 3 in the sixth. So it's at least been 1 run per inning, and that is all they need to walk out of here with a win tonight. And they're leading off with Mason Lieb. So they're at the bottom of the order. Then they'll go back to their top batter tonight of Ethan Petermeyer, Maverick Grafke. They'll have some at-bats. Those are kind of the guys that they would want in this situation, specifically Petermeyer, as he's had an excellent night tonight. So he got 4 total hits on the evening after 5 at-bats. Here's a laid-down bunt. It's going to be scooped up by the pitcher. Throw over to first. Will be in time, and that is not going to be a successful bunt. So Lieb will get thrown out.
Number 32, Ethan Petermeyer.
So bunt unsuccessful from Mason Lieb. This will be Ethan Petermeyer. He has had a terrific night tonight, as I just previously mentioned. 4 total base hits with 3 total RBIs, with 2 RBI singles and a RBI triple on his batting stats tonight. So this is kind of the guy that they want at the plate for the Comets to at least get on base and give the Comets a chance to win this game here in the 7th inning. Pitch is going to go low for ball 1. 1-1 count with 1 down. Remember, this is Caden Velasco at the mound. Velasco delivers. It's going to be too high for ball 2. Even just a walk will do for BCLUW. And, reach for that one. Petermeyer is going to put that in foul territory. Up and beyond the fence. 2-2 count. Tough pitch here. You can tell Petermeyer definitely very eager to put this one to play. Good eye there. Petermeyer will let that one go for ball 3. That was off far to the right. So full count pitch. Petermeyer has been the man tonight at the plate for BCLUW. He's trying to see if he's got one more in him. Trying to get on base to be the winning run. Petermeyer got a piece of it. Goes back behind and foul ball. Yeah, some spectators get out of the way. Thankfully, no one got struck by the ball. Full count. Just the one out. Petermeyer. Swing and a miss on that one. Reached on that one. You can tell he regretted it as soon as he did it. That was going to be for ball 4 and put himself on base.
Number 11, Maverick Grafke.
Petermeyer will head back out to the dugout as he will strike out. So this will be Maverick Grafke. Grafke is now at the pitching mound, was trying to close out this game. Grafke trying to get this one through. It will be a base hit, so that will be a single for BCLUW. Grafke gets himself on first and is the winning run currently on first base. There is 2 outs. This is Will Feldpausch. He's got a good night tonight as well. He's got an RBI double. He's got a 2 RBI single. He's got a single as well, and he's reached on an error along with an RBI. So very successful night for Will Feldpausch. Has the runner on first. We'll see if there's going to be a steal attempt in there somewhere. That's going to be called too high for ball 1. Have to imagine a steal attempt would be on the table here. And I think he just got the signal. Just saw kind of a movement. There's not too many choices. There he goes. Steal is going to go. Throw over to second. That's going to be a nice attempt. Trying to tag him out. He's out as a successful throw from North Tama with the defensive struggles from the Redhawks all night, and in the biggest spot, able to throw out the stealing run from first to second. And this game will continue on as Will Feldpausch will keep his at-bat, as that did go for ball 2. So runner is thrown out. We got extra innings coming up. We'll take a quick break. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go on YouTube.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. And no one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. And you'll get customized coverage in one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it most. Contact Farm Bureau agent Kyle Blom or sales associate Justin Teesing in Rhinebeck and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
From their meat counter to the produce section to the bakery, your Eldora Hy-Vee store offers you the best selection of high-quality grocery items. You'll find everything you need for your family, and you'll save money too. Check out the Eldora Hy-Vee store's weekly specials and fuel saver items that save you money not only at the checkout counter, but at the gas pump as well. And if you're hungry, well, there's always something good cooking in the deli at your Eldora Hy-Vee store, where there's large town variety and small town friendliness.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Shop these summertime specials at Brothers Market in Grundy Center. Fire up the grill for mouthwatering Black Canyon top sirloin steak, $9.99 a pound, and Prairie Fresh pork steak, only $2.49 a pound. Best choice 6 to 8 ounce packages of shredded or block cheese are just $1.49 each. And for a healthy snack, whole seedless watermelon are $5.99 each. At Brothers Market in Grundy Center, where they proudly support the BCLUW Comets. Open Monday through Saturday 7 to 8 and Sunday 9 to 6. Prices good through Wednesday.
Top of the 8th inning coming up. We have extra innings here in Beeman. It is tied up 13-13. This one's popped up. It's going to be in foul territory. Probably going to go off the Beeman dugout roof, and it will for foul ball. That makes it a 1-2 count. Leading off here is the top of the order of Kaylor Morris. So prime position here for North Tama to take the lead. Four runs scored in that 7th inning for North Tama, and BCLUW not able to respond after scoring in every single inning before that. There's a swing and a miss, though, an important strikeout for BCLUW as Kaylor Morris will strike out. This will bring up Clayton Williams. He's been the best batter from both teams tonight. He's got 4 hits and a walk with the the RBI double, along with 2 other doubles to go along with it, and a single. So he's gotten on base every single time at the plate tonight. So an 0-1 count with 1 down. North Tama just trying to put the pressure on, obviously. Try and take the lead. Force BCLUW to tie or walk off to continue on in this game tonight. Pitch is going to be far off to the right for ball 1. Remember, this is the pitching change of the starting catcher tonight, Maverick Grafke. Grafke is at the pitching mound now, the 3rd pitcher on the team. Two and 1 count. So Williams kind of had to lean out of the way a little bit for that one. 2-1 delivery, that's outside and low to the right for ball 3. So this game has continued on into extra innings. If you're potentially late to joining us tonight, going on 3 hours here. Apologies about the scoreboard there. Sometimes when we make a change. So I've been here for 3 hours, so I'm not going to sugarcoat really anything for you tonight. Had some technical difficulties at the start, so it's been a long day for me. It's a full count. Clayton Williams, full count pitch. He's had an excellent night tonight. Seems he's got 1 more in him, and a good at-bat for Williams. He'll let that one go off for ball 4, and he'll walk on over to first.
Number 13, Kaven Morris.
This will bring up Kaven Morris, the starting catcher tonight. He's got himself an RBI triple along with an RBI single, and he's didn't necessarily get an RBI, but the dropped, I don't even know how to, I can't even remember how that whole sequence went down. I'm not going to try, but his at-bat was able to have a run score after he was initially Oh, yeah, that was right. He had a pop-up to the first baseman. It was caught, and then the throwback over to first went off the bag pretty badly. It was able to score 2 runs in that process. So it was a bad sequence there from BCLUW. So the steal attempt from first to second will be successful. It was a throwback over to second. It wasn't really a full effort throw, though, just kind of maybe in the see if the runner would get greedy. Pitch is going to go a little bit off from the catcher, and as you may have guessed, obviously, as Mav Grafke is at the pitching spot, there is a new catcher for BCLUW. It's actually someone that was not in the starting lineup tonight, as that is number 20 for BCLUW. We'll get to his name here in just a quick second. This is Marshall Castor. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's right. Marshall Castor is in the lineup. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong lineup. As Castor is now behind the plate in the catching spot tonight. So 2-1 count. Runner over on second would be the go-ahead run. Bottom of the 7th still to come, obviously, for BCLUW. Throwback over to second, and I don't think he was... Second baseman was not there at the second plate. Thankfully, though, the pitcher of Grafke was able to look before he threw and didn't throw it directly to that second base. Actually threw it at the second baseman off the bag. So nicely done there from Grafke to avoid some damage control. Or to pull off some damage control, I should say. 2-1 count. 2-1 delivery, got a piece of it. That goes high and outside to the right. Past right field into the woods of sorts. Whatever you call that. Baby woods of sorts. Saw a baby deer come in through. Kind of ran right into the road, walked up like right to my car. Looked at me for a quick second, then turned right back around, back into somebody's yard. But a very small baby deer. Thankfully didn't do anything dumb, as deers are profoundly known to not be the smartest of animals of sorts. Thankfully, I'm not one of those islands that has hit a deer in my lifetime. Definitely have had my close calls. Swing and a miss on a 2-2 pitch. Nice pitch there from Grafke. So that goes for the second strikeout of the night for Grafke, and now we're down to 2 outs. This will bring up Bryce Dostal. Dostal does not have a hit, but does have an RBI and has walked twice. First pitch in the zone for strike 1. His RBI was right at the beginning of the game. So he grounded out over to first, but able to send a run home in the process. Was the opening run of the night. 1-1 count. Grafke trying to keep this game tied and give the Comets the same situation they were in the 7th, where 1 run would walk off this game tonight, and the Comets would come away with the conference victory. Steele is going to go in place, and he'll get over into scoring position in third. Remember, that's Clayton Williams over on third base now as the base runner after his walk on his at-bat. So 2-1 count. This is Bryce Dostal. He was at the pitcher's mound as well tonight. He was the first pitching change to come in. It is now Caden Velasco. We'll see if he'll potentially, most likely I would assume, pitching the rest of this 8th inning as well for North Tama. Velasco. 3-1 count with 2 down. Runner on third, itching to come home to take the lead for the Red Hawks. That pitch is going to be off to the right. Leans back a little bit, but it is going to be called for ball 4. And Dostal will take his base. That's 3 walks in a row for Dostal with his at-bats. So this will bring up Brayton Stickles. Stickles does have an RBI single, has a walk, then 3 outs in a row on a strikeout, ground out, and infield flyout. So runners on first and third with 2 down. Delivery from Maverick. Checked the swing, but I think he went over the plate. Either way, it's called for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 count for Stickles. Stickles swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 strike away for BCLUW to keep North Tama at bay and give themselves a real chance going into the 7th inning, or 8th inning, excuse me, bottom of the 8th. 0-2 count. That one's going to be struck and foul ball. That's a line drive back to the concessions here of Beeman. Kids are so excited to go get foul balls. It's amazing. It's like the greatest thing in the world for him to do it. 0-2 count. That's going to be a high 0-2 pitch for ball one. So we're up to 3 hours past 8 o'clock. This game did start at 5 o'clock. No, you are not incorrect for assuming that the time change was changed back. It was a 7 o'clock start time initially, thankfully so, that they moved this up to 5. Otherwise, we'd be here at 10 o'clock in the evening. Obviously, if the game went the same way with the time change. Swing and a miss for strike 3. A nice job there from Maverick Grafke. That's 3 strikeouts here in this 8th inning as they hold North Tama at bay for their second scoreless inning of the night. BCLUW will just need the 1 run at the bottom of the 8th to walk off with the win tonight here from Beeman. We'll take a short break back for the bottom of the 8th. They'll go 3, 4, 5 in the order for the Comets. Back here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard. D&B Agro-Systems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit. Mascots are full of school spirit, and they're helping us give back to local schools. With every HCSB debit card swipe, you're helping fund school events and activities. Register today for HCSB Cash for schools programs and join us in making a difference. At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit.
Bottom of the 8th coming up. BCLUW was able to keep it a tie ball game at 13 apiece, so 1 run would do it for the Comets to walk out of here with a win tonight. It has been a very high-scoring affair. Obviously, you can see with the 13 runs apiece. It's been a long game. It's been kind of a marathon. It's been 3 hours and plus 3 minutes, or 3 hours and 4 minutes. If we're getting specific. Thankfully, it's gotten so late enough where it's gotten cool. There's going to be a base hit. That's a leadoff single for BCLUW. Will Feldpausch will keep his really good night going. So a leadoff single puts the winning run over on first base. So an ideal start here for BCLUW. Feldpausch had a really good night. Had an RBI double, 2 RBI single, another RBI, and then a reach on error. In his last at-bat, was able to gain another RBI in the process. So this will bring up the now catcher of Marshall Castor. Started over on third base. Takes a minute. First pitch delivery. Throw back over to first. Able to get back in time as he's safe. This is still Caden Velasco over on the mound for North Tama. Velasco has played, this is his 4th inning now pitching. Could even be more. So I filled it right down where the pitching change occurred, but it's kind of right in the middle. So Bryce Dostal did a nice job at the mound. Velasco's come in. Runner's going to go in. Oh, it tripped up a little bit. That throw over to second is going to be off the bag a little bit, and that will still be safe. But the steal attempt, he did trip. Will Feldpausch tripped up a little bit. Didn't quite go to the ground, but definitely affected his speed going over to second base. But thankfully the throw a little bit off from second, so puts himself into scoring position. Marshall Castor could now be the hero with the runner on second. He tried to lay down the bunt, couldn't quite get a piece of it, so that gets called for strike 2. So it looks like the game plan is kind of revealed here for BCLUW. Trying to lay down the bunt is Castor to put the base runner of Feldpausch over into third base for prime scoring position. Obviously have no outs. There's a swing and a miss, so went away from the bunt attempt. Sometimes that does confuse me a little bit, even though you do show your cards. If the defense positioning is still there, I don't necessarily why you would go away from it. But either way, Castor does strike out. This will bring up Aiden Frank, still with just 1 out. He's showing bunt right out of the gate. So he does get some signals here from the head coach for BCLUW. tells the runner and batter of Frank. Aiden Frank gets the call. He's going to show bunt. He pulls away as it's going to be low for ball one. So bunt seems to still be the call. Another hand signal. Gets a call. We'll see if bunt is still the attempt from Aiden Frank with one out. Frank's going to lay down the bunt attempt. He got a piece of it, but he goes back behind home plate for a foul ball. We'll see what the game plan is here for North Tama, depending on where this bunt gets laid down. If it gets right in front of that first baseman, as you can see on your screen if you're watching live, he's creeping up very close to home plate. If it goes right to the first baseman, could be a throw over to third to keep the runner at bay, or do you go for the guaranteed out on a first? It's a tough decision, but even if you are able to get the out, it helps you a bit, but puts the runner at third. Depends on what you prioritize is more important. Do you prioritize the out, or do you prioritize the scoring positioning of second versus third? Because the one run is the most important aspect. They're not really worried about anybody else necessarily getting on base if they can get that second out. 2-2 count. Oh, and just chips away at that. That's going to be popped up. That's a very, very bad pitch to swing at, as that was going to hit Frank right in the shoulder, but he checked up and he ended up swinging and got a piece of it with the butt of the bat and popped it up accidentally. Just a big mistake at the plate. That was easily going to go for a ball, but a baby pop-up back in foul territory. The catcher able to dive and grab it for the second out. So runner still in scoring position on second. This brings up Nate Bishop. Bishop's been a batter who has walked 4 times tonight, and he's reached on first off a fielder's choice. So his on-base percentage is 100, but he does not have a recorded hit tonight. This would be the best time for it. Heavy swing and a miss for strike 2 on a 0-2 count. So 1 strike will improve this to 9 innings here in Beeman if Velasco could get it done. 0-2 delivery, that's going to be high for ball 1. Good eye there from Nate Bishop. Bishop, the first baseman. Beeman doesn't want to extend this again to another extra inning. They want to end it right here, right now. Bishop reaches low for it, does get a piece of it, goes off foul, keeps the at-bat at 1-2. A base hit would most likely score the run for Maverick Grafke, obviously depending on where the base hit lies. But you have to imagine BCLUW would maybe kind of send it, go for it. This one's going to be put in play. This is going to be a capable throw over to first. It's thrown over to first in time for the out, as Nate Bishop not able to get there. And we are going to another extra inning. Top of the 9th will be coming up after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Farming isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. And no one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. We offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm, machinery, livestock, and so much more. And you'll get customized coverage in one policy with one premium and one deductible when you need it most. Contact Farm Bureau agent Kyle Blom or sales associate Justin Teesing in Rhinebeck and learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
From their meat counter to the produce section to the bakery, your Eldora Hy-Vee store offers you the best selection of high-quality grocery items. You'll find everything you need for your family, and you'll save money too. Check out the Eldora Hy-Vee store's weekly specials and fuel saver items that save you money not only at the checkout counter, but at the gas pump as well. And if you're hungry, well, there's always something good cooking in the deli at your Eldora Hy-Vee store, where there's large town variety and small town friendliness.
Well, we continue into extra innings here tonight from Beeman. Top of the ninth coming up. North Tama leading off with Maddox Roush, as it has been 13-13 ever since the top of the seventh. It was a 13-9 lead for the Comets going into the seventh inning, but gave up 4 runs, tied up the game, and Beeman wasn't able to respond in the seventh. North Tama scoreless in the eighth, along with BCLUW, excuse me, along with them in the eighth inning. So we stay tied at 13-13. That's a quick strikeout there from Maverick Grafke, as he will strike out Maddox Roush. It was 3 strikeouts in the eighth inning for BCLUW's pitcher of Maverick Grafke, so he's done a great job ever since coming in, keeping North Tama scoreless in that eighth inning specifically. Swing and a miss for strike 1. This is Griffin Hall. He's had a good night tonight. 2 walks, 1 hit by the pitch. Has an RBI double and a successful sacrifice bunt that was able to score an RBI in that seventh inning as well. So an important run that was able to be the tying run, I think. Yeah, I think it was the tying run, actually. Yeah, that's right, it was actually. So he was the tying RBI for North Tama in that seventh inning. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 count. We're up to 9 innings, MLB standard-wise, obviously. Check the swing, as that's way too high for ball 2. So playing a full-length MLB game tonight, potentially. Could be going into extra innings, MLB standard-wise. See what North Tama can do with the 1-out, 2-2 count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's 5 strikeouts here in the extra innings for Maverick Grafke. He's done an excellent job at the mound, and he's trying to will BCLUW to this win tonight. So 2 outs. It'll bring up Caden Velasco. He's been pretty heavy at the mound tonight, coming in as the 3rd pitcher for North Tama. At the plate, not too much success. Ground out, infield fly out, strikeout, line out, and then finally getting on base with a hit by the pitch. So looking to do better here for his 6th at-bat of the evening after back-to-back strikeouts. 1 out to go. BCLUW will be in the same boat again in the bottom of the ninth with 1 run to walk off in victory tonight here in Beeman. Two-one count with 2 down. Pitch off to the right for ball 3. Three-one delivery, swing and a miss for strike 2. That makes it a full count. See if Maverick Grafke has it in him to get his 6th strikeout, all here in the extra innings on a full count pitch. No one on base with 2 outs. 3-2 delivery. That's a strike, and it's in the zone. Swing and miss for strike 3. Maverick Grafke. Excellent night at the pitching mound, as he gets 6 total strikeouts here in extra innings in the 8th and the 9th. Keeps North Tama scoreless. 3 up and 3 down, all on strikeouts for BCLUW. So same situation. Bottom of the 9th, BCLUW just needs the 1 run, and they will walk off with the win tonight. Finding that run is a whole different question, as we'll take a short break. Potentially wrapping up this game after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
From their meat.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Shop these summertime specials at Brothers Market in Grundy Center. Fire up the grill for mouthwatering Black Canyon top sirloin steak, $9.99 a pound, and Prairie Fresh pork steak, only $2.49 a pound. Best choice 6 to 8 ounce packages of shredded or block cheese are just $1.49 each. And for a healthy snack, whole seedless watermelon are $5.99 each. At Brothers Market in Grundy Center, where they proudly support the BCLUW Comets. Open Monday through Saturday 7 to 8 and Sunday 9 to 6. Prices good through Wednesday.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard. D&B Agro-Systems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
Bottom of the ninth here with BCLUW trying to win this matchup. They can lead off or walk off with just a 1 win. We're tied at 13 as it's a 2-0 count. This is leading off of, get my paper situated here, of Damian Holiday. Holiday was the initial starting pitcher for BCLUW. So he's moved around a little bit in the infield. It's a 2-0 count. Still Velasco, yeah. Pitch was way too high for ball 3. So a very favorable count here for Holiday. He's walked a couple of times. He's actually reached on base every single time tonight. It's 100% on base percentage with two RBI singles, 1 reach on air, a walk, or 2 walks actually, and that's a third. So ball 4 on a 4-0 count will put Holiday over on first. He will be the potential winning run. I believe he will stay base running potentially. He's not pitching anymore, so yes, he will stay with the base running for BCLUW. First pitch in outside for ball 1. This is Briley Haywood. Haywood yet to get on base tonight. Line out, 2 ground outs, and 2 strikeouts. First pitch was outside for ball 1. This is still Caden Velasco just trying to extend this again to another extra inning as we are at a MLB standard inning here in the bottom of the 9th. 1-0 count. Delivery, it's in the zone on the right for strike 1. Thankfully, this game has gone on so long that the sun is basically set behind the trees here in Beeman. So we haven't been able to deal with, or haven't had to deal with the heat, I should say, for a good portion of this matchup. Feels like the last hour or so. Here's a potential bunt shown. Couldn't quite get all of it as it is past the plate for strike 2. Thankfully, this past hour or so, it hasn't been as hot and humid as the trees here in Beeman have kind of covered the sun setting off to my left. 1-2 count. We got a brief conversation here with the batter. So we're approaching 3.5 hours here in Beeman. Ever since the start of this game, it was at 5 o'clock. I've been part of some games where standard 7 o'clock start time. This game would already been set and called for, but that's I guess that's what you get for moving up your game to 5 o'clock. Pretty much everybody will get out of here as the usual time for a standard game. Anyways. Just funny how that things work out in that stints. As this is a called strike 3 for Briley Haywood as he will strike out. This will bring up Mason Lieb. Mason Lieb does not have a base hit to his name tonight. Has reached on first twice off of 2 errors. So 2 reaches on first, 2 strikeouts, and a failed bunt attempt in his last at-bat. 0-1 delivery that's going to show bunt. He'll drop this down to the pitcher. Throw over to first should be routine. It will be. And he's called out as the sacrifice bunt is able to put a runner over on second. But this is the man that they want at the plate. This is Ethan Petermeyer. He's got 2 RBI singles. He's got an RBI triple and another single to go along with it tonight. He has been the best player for BCLUW in the batter's box tonight. As he's looking to deliver, he reaches low on that one for strike one. Peter Meyer was very eager on his last at-bat and did strike out. He was in, I think, a similar situation. It might have been the same one, actually, with a runner on second. But he ended up striking out. I don't think he was the last potential out, but either way. 1-1 count. Peter Meyer is going to put this one. It's going to drop. It's going to be scooped up, throw over to third. It's got to be a tag, and it's out of the glove. It's going to put a runner on third. So Peter Meyer gets the job done. He's going to reach to first on a fielder's choice and puts the runner in prime scoring position on third base. So he chopped this one over to the shortstop. It was a throw over to third, and the third baseman, ball came out of the glove on the initial attempt to tag him out because it was not a force out. Had to tag him sliding into third, but couldn't get the job done. So Peter Meyer will reach over to first after the fielder's choice and puts a runner in prime scoring position. So this will bring up Maverick Grafke. We're going to have a brief called time here for North Tama. I don't think we're getting a pitching change, but we are going to have a big discussion. Obviously, this is a time to do it with the winning run sitting over on third base with 2 outs. Umpire, I think, is going to come over and tell him to break up. They will. Pitcher will stay of Caden Velasco. Just some brief discussion on what the game plan is. If they show bunch, what's we going to do? Obviously, a force out would be at second and first. It would not be a force out at home, but they just need the 1 out to extend this to the 10th inning. So Maverick Grafke, he had 6 strikeouts in these extra innings in the 8th and the 9th. And he looks to maybe finish the job. That's going to be a wild pitch. They're going to send the run home. BCLUW sliding into home. He's going to drop the ball. He's safe. BCLUW will win tonight after a wild pitch. And number 34, Damian Holliday, the initial starting pitcher tonight, will come home and walk off this game as this 3.5-hour matchup is finally over here in Beeman. BCLUW will win tonight 14-13 is the final score as Holliday becomes the winning run over on third base, and he was sent there by Ethan Petermeyer as he put it in play, called safe at third, and then a wild pitch is able to send home the winning run here in the bottom of the ninth. We'll take a short break. We got a lot to recap. I'll try to make it as short as possible. You've been here long enough. We'll be back after this here on Radio on the Go Sports YouTube and 92.9 FM.
At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit. Mascots are full of school spirit, and they're helping us give back to local schools. With every HCSB debit card swipe, you're helping fund school events and activities. Register today for HCSB Cash for schools programs and join us in making a difference. At Hardin County Savings Bank, we have school spirit.
Welcome back here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports here on YouTube. This was a long and marathon-type game, an offensive showcase. It was a 14-13 victory in the end for the BCLUW Comets. They get their third victory on the year. A wild pitch with the base runner of Damian Holliday over on third. Wild pitch was able to send him home. It was a close call, and the ball was out of the glove as he came in to tag in. Might have been safe anyway, but it was going to be close, very close. But the ball was dropped out of the glove. Tag nowhere to be, was not to be, I should say, as the steal to home will be successful. And 14-13 is your final score. As I'm not going to keep you here too long. I'm just kind of updating Andy. As remember, you can head over to our website at kdao.com or Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube. Colonesco Baseball currently underway for you if you want to tune into that matchup, as Andy Jennings is with you. I'm just going to end it here. We've been here long enough. I'm not going to keep you any longer here on 92.9 FM. John Test Show's coming up at the after I wrap this up for you here on 92.9 FM. And make sure to tune in with us the rest of the week. We got plenty of games coming up for regular season, and then postseason will be at the end of the week on Friday, and then we'll be in fully into postseason baseball and softball. Keep yourselves hydrated and cool out there as this week continues on. Part of the Seat Wave. I'm Austin Johansson saying goodnight here from Beeman as BCLUW wins here tonight here on Radio on the Go Sports YouTube and 92.9 FM.
Tonight's game was made possible by GNB Bank, Brothers Market in Grundy Center, D&B Agro Systems, Hardin County Savings Bank, Marshalltown Community College, Farm Bureau Insurance, Eldora Hy-Vee. This has been a special sports presentation of KDAO.